Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Liberty Libations number 163. My name is Jay Green. Joined tonight by Nick Siselski and Brad Binkley and Kat Hartley, who are coming on soon. Binkley's having technical issues, and Kat will be on about 45 minutes in. So stick around for them. And before we get started, Nick, what are you drinking, man?
Well, I've been feeling a little under the weather, so I'm sticking with some green tea this evening.
Okay, nice. Green tea's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious. Do you put honey in it or just straight green tea?
I didn't, but this one I think has pomegranate in it.
Nice. So. That's tasty. I'm having my usual Ardbeg Wee Beastie. Yeah. Y'all, it's been an interesting day. I got a call from a detective from Great Falls Police Department up here in Montana. And they're trying to get me to be a witness in a case because I interviewed a girl who's in jail. So I now had to dive into what are journalistic protections up here. Do I have to go in and be a witness in a case that I am investigating as a journalist? And can they like put a gag order on me to keep me from saying stuff and all this stuff? So it's been an interesting day for me. Yeah. Brian says you can make tea with pine needles. Yes, you can. It's not very good.
That's interesting though.
Yeah.
What have you found out? I mean, if they want to call you as a witness, they call you. I mean, I wouldn't think you're under any obligation to go in for any questioning with them.
So I have found, let's see, so the first thing I said is, can gag orders be applied? Because that's what I'm most worried about, considering we're in a season of cascade effect right now. And they can theoretically be applied to journalists in state court proceedings, but they are subject to stringent federal and state constitutional protections and are rarely upheld when directly targeting the media. So no matter what they do to me, I'm still going to be talking. Yeah. And then for witness, let's see, Montana's shield is unqualified and absolute for both confidential and non-confidential information. The statute says without the journalist's consent, they may not be examined as to or may not be required to disclose any information obtained or prepared or the source of that information in any legal proceeding if the information was gathered, received, or processed in the course of their employment or business. So I wouldn't even have to be a witness, technically speaking.
Yeah, and that would be hard to say anyway, right? Because you'd only be able to testify to what you were exactly told, right? Because otherwise,
yeah. And they record they record the interviews because here, before we keep going, Brad Binkley's backstage. Let's bring him forward. Binkley,
hey, what's going on? Sorry I'm late. I was on the phone with Les Wexner apologizing. I didn't know he was a victim all this time. But I heard you guys. Yeah, I feel bad. Are you going to be subpoenaed to court? Is that what I'm understanding right now?
It's a possibility at this point, or they're playing games with me. They've done this before to other folks in this area where they schedule them to come in for an interview that could just be done over the phone. And then while you're gone, they have obtained a warrant to search your house and they'll take everything from your house.
Interesting. So, what's the basis of it?
They said that I conducted three interviews of a woman who's in prison right now for homicide. And she supposedly said things in that interview that contradicted what she told the detectives earlier this year or earlier last year. But they wouldn't give me any specifics, obviously. So yeah, that's their basis for wanting to bring me in.
They want to hold you responsible for something she said. It's not so. Okay, I'll shut up now. That's interesting.
Yeah, but they record all the videos. Like it was a video conference call with an inmate, and so like
you've
they
seen
record
the Epstein minutes deleted. Okay,
that's fair.
They record the videos.
I mean, the best you should do is I wouldn't go in. I would tell them, I'm not doing that, and then if they think you have something on an interview they don't have, which if you're saying, it was done through a recorded phone call and the prison system should have it, then there's no reason to subpoena your recordings, the raw recordings, and all right, turn those over.
So. Yeah, don't do anything without a lawyer if they're subpoenaing you, because they're trying to, like you sense, they're trying to trick you. They're trying to bait you into some trick and get to her through you, potentially you at the same time.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of what I've concluded at this point. And what's funny is we're broadcasting this, so they could be watching this and just know.
Yeah, and that's exactly why, like, this kind of stuff is so common. There's so many. There's such a history of people being baited into legal situations that when they just think they're going in, I don't have anything to hide, I'm just answering questions, and they go in, I don't need a lawyer, and they don't realize that there are these vultures who they want a notch on their belt. Fannie Willis actually tried to do this to a friend of mine years before she became a public figure.
Really?
And they don't care. They just want to build up their resume of people they got. And if they can rope somebody into saying something that is incriminating and then spin it, then innocent people who did nothing could suffer the consequences of an ambitious, manipulative prosecutor. So these people, if you're watching, fold up on yourself and fillet yourself. Also, bring a lawyer if you're going to go in and talk to them.
Dude, I already have two numbers to call for lawyers. I'm not going anywhere. Last time they did this to somebody, they ended up taking her phone without a warrant and processing her for 26 felonies that she didn't commit.
And it's because you're exposing all that stuff up in Montana too. They don't like that. And if I'd finished law school, I'd fly right up there. I'd drive right up there actually right now and represent you. But unfortunately,
you don't have a real ID?
Dropped out. A real ID? Well, no. I don't have a real ID, and also I hate flying.
I hated flying for a very long time. It's not my favorite. I like the airport experience after security.
Right. Yeah. It isn't. You see a lot of people there, a lot of interesting characters there.
I love watching people in airports. They're insane.
Did you see the guy in Hong Kong? He was a British guy who just pummeled like 8 check-in machines. It's like the guy's girlfriend broke up with him. He lost his dog. He was fired from his job, and he unleashed all of his rage on like 7 or 8 check-in machines in a Hong Kong airport. And he didn't just knock them down. He knocked them down, and then you think the video's ending. He leaves. He actually just went to go grab one of the poles that rope people off, and he came back and he office spaced that S on these Hong Kong machines. And I'm just like, we're all that guy right now. Dude, we're all that guy.
That video. That's so funny.
It's hilarious. And
everyone has wanted to do that.
He got arrested after that because when the authorities in Hong Kong detained him, they found, I guess in his pocket, no, I think it was in his luggage, 4 illegal pills of Viagra. And he's potentially serving up to 2 years in prison.
So the guy,
it's crazy, dude.
So the guy has a problem with his ding-a-ling, and he's now in prison. Like, could this guy's life
that's
get any
what
worse?
It is, dude. He had the hottest chick in the world the night before, and he couldn't. He's like, oh,
that guy's having a rough time.
Right.
And the check-in machine wouldn't take his credit card and wouldn't give him his boarding pass.
Right. Then he got on the ground. He tried to bang that, and it was embarrassing. It's like, I want to buy the guy a beer.
Oh man. Well, Binkley, welcome to the show. Last time you were on the show, you hosted. How did you feel about hosting the show last time?
I felt good about it. It was fun. I know that I did most of the things wrong that I was supposed to do, but I also know that we had a really at one point. Who was it? I can't remember who it was. At one point, they were like, Jake usually comes to us when he presents the stories. I was like, oh, sorry. And then, let me see what you guys think of the time.
Dude, the funniest moment from that episode was, Zach, I don't have any trivia prepared. Was I supposed to prepare trivia? It's trivia time.
Yeah, that was funny, dude. That was funny. Yeah.
All right.
And
well,
I still finished in last, but not in as much of a distant last as I usually finish when I'm on the show.
Well, dude, tonight I rigged it in yours and Kat's favor. Kat's coming in a little while, but I rigged it in y'all's favor. So hopefully, Nick,
try to make sure I don't win tonight.
Nick, are you a frequent winner?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a never one. Okay. I'm in the I'm in the minority here. I'm like a black female in this situation, and you're a white oppressive man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, doesn't he look
How
it
it
though?
works.
He looks the part. You've definitely played that part too, Brad. So that works perfectly for you.
Yeah, of course.
All right. We're going to get into the first story of the evening, which is all this fraud that's coming about in California. That one of the best independent journalists of like the last decade is exposing more stuff. It's wild what this kid Nick Shirley's doing over the past few months. Let me make this a little bigger for us. Hang on one second. So he went from Minnesota investigating all the daycare fraud and the Medicaid, Medicare fraud, all that kind of stuff. And now he's in California investigating voter fraud. This is just one of the people that he's discovered. This lady, her name's Virginia. She's supposedly 125 years old, and she's voted over 55 times. And she's on the active voter rolls here in California. He's, according to him, every location that he's done so far, there's been a voter toll issue. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with this last line. I think California would be blue either way. But yeah, I don't know. Brad, I imagine you're going to have an interesting take on the stuff that's going on in California now.
Well, no, I do with these videos. I watch these videos and stuff, and we can play the video. I don't want to get too into it. I do have. Yeah. And you know, I'm suspicious of everybody, so I'm definitely suspicious of Nick Shirley.
Okay. I would love, dude, I would like somebody to air their suspicions about Nick Shirley on this show, because I haven't looked into him personally a lot, so I'm interested.
She's 125 years old. She's voted over 55 times, and she's active on the voter rolls here in California. Let's see if she's home. Hi, how's it going, sir? Doing good?
Nope, I'm cooking.
Okay, well, I'll be quick. I'm just looking for Virginia. 125 years old?
125 years old?
Yeah. She's registered to vote at this location right here. Is Virginia here?
Yeah, but she ain't no 125 years old.
Really? How old is Virginia then?
80.
80. Well, here on the state of California, she's 125 years old. And she's voted in 55 elections.
Nope.
Is there another Virginia?
No, not here.
Virginia?
10-4. It's only one in the whole world.
Only one in the whole world. Well, I hope she's voting good, because so she's not 125? No. Well, is Virginia doing good at least?
So. No, she's a year younger than me, and I'm 82.
Say, go tell Newsom she ain't 125, she 81.
Okay.
Awesome, you do that. Have a good one.
Do you see what the problem is? Every location we went to inside this video, there's something wrong with the voter rolls. Whether or not the person's 125 years old, it actually doesn't matter. The part that matters is that the information is wrong on the person who's supposed to be voting here inside the United States. And the other locations, people aren't supposed to be living inside of PO boxes, yet they are registering to vote out of PO boxes, making it impossible to track back who that person is to see who actually cast that vote. This leads to lots of fraud, and everyone should be concerned about the integrity of our elections when people cannot show their own ID when they show up to vote.
There you go. It's interesting. Yeah, Binkley, tell me your suspicions or thoughts or whatever on Nick Shirley.
Well, overall, voter fraud is obviously a problem across the country. There's no doubt that's going to be exploited to the max. I've had Garland on my show for years, exposing legitimate, provable stuff that you can't argue against, up until the point where judges who promised to let him audit more counties in Georgia because of what they had discovered just found a procedural reason that had nothing to do with the merits to throw the case out because they didn't want to touch it. And my first thing when it comes to Nick Shirley is, why isn't Garland Favorito getting this virality? And I don't know enough about his background. I'm not going to comment on him personally, but these particular instances, this one, and he commented on it in this video, and it's the next video I think that you're going to play, that raised my suspicions in his methods anyway. So I'm not saying anything's intentional, but for me personally, and I always, when I suspect something is corrupt or true, I know that those who are going to come after you, who are going to attack you and try to take down your character and your claim I know what they're coming with. And I know that I have to have a better argument than they do that is, is bulletproof. And when I hear this, my first question is, what are the legal alternative explanations that are going to arise from this? And I know that influencers often don't care about that because there's confirmation bias and people don't even there's no reason to seek to undermine something that feels so good so that you can experience cognitive dissonance, which feels bad. There's no reason to do that. So when you get what you want, you proceed forward with it. And this instance here, the clip was so short. And I would say the first thing when it comes to the substance of it is, if there were a 125-year-old person living in America, they would definitely lie about their age because they're obviously a vampire who needs to conceal their identity. Secondly,
That's the best point I've heard. You know,
thank you. Nobody's talking about the vampire angle, dude. Secondly, I can't just trust anyone anymore. I need to see the voter rolls he's talking about. I need to see the data. I need to see the anomalies, the expectation that there's never going to be any data issues, or it seems to be present here. And you can easily find problems in every state. And not to say there's not voter fraud and problems. There obviously is. But a single incident of this without showing us maybe he did show the documents. I didn't see them yet, but I want to see the actual data he's talking about. Yeah. I want to see the name of the person, and I want to see this replicated. This is what I learned this from Garland, because Garland always stops me when I'm jumping to. I'm like, put Fanny on a bus and roll her out of here, And he's like, no. We're just. I'm like, okay, I'll stop. You tell the truth factually. I'll just speculate. And so, learning from Garland, I want to see all of this information in a not boring PowerPoint, but people don't like PowerPoints like TikTok videos. That's my first thing, and I'll save my next one for the next video that you play with this guy.
Okay. Zach does make an interesting point with your vampire theory. Voting takes place during the day. So
that's why we have mail-in ballots now.
Yeah, that's why I love Zach right there. He's always
Brian beat me to it.
Dadgummit. Vote in the day. Well, that's why you have mail-in voting.
Exactly.
Right there. Or you're like, I'll suck the blood out of your sister's neck if you don't go vote the way I tell you.
I would say, like, when it comes to anomalies, it's not the most unheard of or probably unexpected thing that if they're missing the year, they just assign it to 1900 or something. Like, this person's been registered for that. Like, that's a very suspicious, a very suspicious number that it was put to that. Over anything else. Like, if it was an off number, you'd think, okay, there's a reason for that set to 1900. It's like the year wasn't either entered or it was bad data, and that's kind of what it defaulted to. And so that would be cured. What you'd probably want to really look at would be, like, across multiple counties and seeing the voter rolls and seeing who's like, where you're getting the same voter ID or same names appearing in multiple counties because they moved, but California's probably not clearing their voter rolls like a lot of other states. So that's where I think you open up the fraud. People move, there's that sitting there. People could vote in multiple places, or people exploit that, knowing, okay, we left these people on even though they're, you don't know what you have going on behind closed doors. In that, if information is getting passed, like, this person moved from here to there, and we're leaving that open, or assign a new voter ID to someone, assign a voter ID number to someone while they already have one Now you've got two people with identical information but different voter ID numbers. Like, it would be a lot more in depth than, they had a bad data on a year of birth.
Yeah, I think that's 100% correct. The address thing, where the location of whatever's at that address changes, is a major factor in that. And just with a 125-year-old age, that also raises a question of what is this? To believe that is specifically done, or incompetence would be definitely more likely. But that's an old person. That's a really, really. If I were working at a voter precinct and I'd be like, well, this person is 125 years old, I wouldn't just be like, good for them. What's their longevity secrets?
Right.
I would be like, is this the oldest person in the world? Did we just find the oldest person in the world in our state? Let's get the Guinness book out here and document this. I would pursue that to see if there's any truth to it. And that's what makes me think that I'm not one to write things off to incompetence, but sometimes, like, you can't rule out incompetence. And for me, because I am a conspiracy theorist, I have to stop myself from calling everything a conspiracy and open the door for incompetence sometime. And also, Nick Shirley, this is California. He did the other thing in Minnesota, if I remember correctly. These are 2 Democrat states that people in red states are not familiar with the voting laws of. And that lack of familiarity can be exploited and turned into a bombshell revelation. Yeah. And so that's what it's easy to be like, we knew it. And sometimes we did know it. But if we jump on things without seeing it played out thoroughly and proven thoroughly, then we set ourselves up to do exactly what they've been doing since Kennedy, destroy the credibility of anybody with an alternative news or conspiratorial news platform.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, very well said. I've got one post before we go to the next video here. This is just a funny case. California resident Laura Urix self-reported she had registered her dog to vote and had, in fact, cast a mail-in ballot on behalf of her dog. She did this to expose the corrupt election system. She was brilliant for this. Not really. Her dog voted Republican. There's the letter from the district attorney because she's getting, she's going to be jailed because voter fraud.
And somebody told her she learned to do that because she was following some influencer who knew not to do it themselves because they get in trouble. It's like the same for people on the left where they say, put your body on the line and go protest. And the Nazis are coming, and then they end up in a car in front of an ice age. Like, it's don't do these things that your favorite big influencer is compelling you to do as a funny joke, because they're never going to do it. Great point. Great point you proved, lady. Great point. Your dog should have actually voted because you didn't have the wherewithal to recognize that that's illegal.
Edmund's English has gotten a lot better, man. Like, a lot better.
I had to go to the bathroom. Did Edmund say anything?
Yeah, no, he said a lot. He made some fantastic points. I love that you have a dog cam in your room.
Dog
That's
cam,
so good,
yeah,
man. I love it.
I gotta get a
my
dog
gosh.
cam. Mine's bad.
You
They're
should get a
sleeping.
dog cam. Your dog's so.
I just got this. I love it, dude.
That is genius. That's so.
He's
good.
in America's Next Top Pet contest right now with not Marky, but Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids and his wife. I keep saying Jenna Jameson. It's not her. It's Jenny McCarthy, much classier than Jenna Jameson. Not that I know who Jenna Jameson is or anything. But nevertheless, he won. He got first place in his group, and he's now in the quarterfinals. And he could be on the cover of it's like some dog magazine. But more importantly, he could get lots of treats from the potentially $10,000 prize.
There we go.
Dude,
he's a handsome fella, and he is just paying.
I know, because I've been throwing treats at him.
Nice. There we go. Yeah. Good boy, Edmund.
Yeah,
so
he's a good
that's
boy.
so good. Man, that's hilarious. I loved that. That was very unexpected. I thought it was a glitch for a minute, and then realized it's not. Hang on, let me refresh this next video. It's freezing for some reason. Well, it might just be a frozen video. I don't really know what's going on here. I'll just read the caption for it. YouTuber Nick Shirley released a video highlighting California's negligence in maintaining its voter rolls. Shirley was joined by a whistleblower who discovered inconsistencies and potential fraud within public voting roll records from California Secretary of State. So this guy, however, oh, there it is. Okay, let's watch it now.
Store right here. Is that a little strange to you?
Is it through PO boxes?
You have to re-register where you live, right? Where your primary residence is. And so if you've got a primary residence that's a UPS store, there's a real tiny houses, inside the UPS store for people to live in.
Yeah, he also found plenty of fraudulent and suspect addresses. In one case, 5 people were registered to vote, and they end up living in a public storage unit.
Where 30 people are registered to vote in this,
So, first of all, the guy who posted this said a much better thing than what they said anywhere in the video, which is potential fraud.
Yeah, right.
Which was very smart on this guy's part, because nothing they said in there seemed to indicate that they thought of it as potential, and they just thought of it as pure fraud.
Yeah. There's no proof of anything there.
Yeah.
Within that clip. And when you hear, So the term whistleblower, which used to be like something of a good thing, is to me it's like it might as well be
racism,
controlled opposition, or racism. Yeah, but it's one and the same. And that guy in the clip, and I'm sure there's more to the video than they presented that news stories. But who is the whistleblower? What's his backstory? Why is he making weird jokes during the commentary, which he kind of tried to do? Right. And it's that. So that the first thing that came to mind there is, again, are there legal alternative explanations that were just thrown out for the purpose of getting the clickbaity? Look what we proved in California with voter fraud. That doesn't mean that the alternative explanation that's possible is the truth just because one exists. But if you're not raising these alternative possibilities and then showing how they're not true and what you're presenting is true, then you are giving those who want to destroy alternative media and conspiracy theorists exactly what they want. And that's why I harp on this so much. But so this guy here, the law in California that can be exploited that people in red states don't know, they're homeless people. They have they carve out a law where they can vote. Homeless people are unhoused, as they like to call them, and they can still register to vote. And ways they can register to vote are by describing the area where they spend most of their time. So, a homeless shelter, a crack house, outside of a gas station, whatever. And they describe.
Are you for real? Is that real?
100%. I went and read the law after I saw this video. They can describe it, and they describe the cross street so that those who are giving them the precinct where they can vote in know what precinct to tell them to vote in. And it tells them, this is where it gets complicated, and this can be exploited, is they're not allowed to register to vote at a P.O. box or a business address. So that's a business address. But what they are allowed to do is describe the cross streets, an area where they are, but they can receive, not email, they can receive real mail at P.O. boxes and at business addresses based on that. So they can, this is one of the possibilities other than what they're insinuating.
Right.
Bunch of homeless people are in that area. They describe that area, and they then identify this UPS place, which is probably friendly to them for whatever reason, because they just want to help them, where they can receive mail about their voting registration. Mm-hmm. That's an alternative. And another alternative explanation is that it's a newer UPS location, used to be a homeless shelter, where they are allowed to register like 30 or 40 or however many people there to vote.
I was going to actually go down the homeless thing before you mentioned that. That was my thought on what would the alternative explanation be.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, right. I didn't think about that until I looked up the law. I never would have crossed my mind, because I'm like, let's not let them vote. In fact, let's raise the voting age to 125 years old. So only vampires.
That's interesting. And yeah, that would be a case exactly what you were saying before, which was talking about how people in states other than the states that Nick Shirley has been to, that are seeing all the Nick Shirley videos and freaking out over these allegations, they don't know the laws in these other states. They don't know how the voter rolls are done. They don't know how voter registration happens. They don't know what you're allowed or not allowed to do. And so their only point of comparison is what they do in their state, which we have 50 states for a reason. You can go choose to live in the state that most accommodates what you want. And that's interesting. That's very good. People aren't going to do it, but it's you should definitely do a lot more research before you jump to any
They're
conclusions.
rabidly ready to own the other side is what everybody's ready to do. They're like, let's get them.
Yeah, that's a problem. And
it really is.
I mean, we could probably talk the rest of the episode on how, like, the ways we could fix that, and like how that problem is only going to get worse. We're not going to do that because that would be depressing and take forever. Right. But man, that's interesting, because I generally bring on a bunch of these videos and posts and stuff to get everybody's take that are on the show that night. Every now and then
I'm not discrediting his position, by the way, too. Like,
yeah.
I think that's just as valid to look into, the claim that they're insinuating. Yeah. I don't mean to interrupt, but I think all of them should be looked into.
Yeah, completely agree. Like, it warrants an investigation at the very least. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's right or the opposition is right or they're innocent or whatever, but it warrants something being done, and not just being like, well, this is California. Like, that's not an answer.
Yeah, right. Newscom. They always call it newscom.
Yeah. Yeah,
know,
or
it's
new
just-
scum.
News
like
come,
once a month,
yeah.
Newscom is trending. I'm just like,
News
okay.
com. Yeah, yeah. Goodness gracious. I'd be interested to see what else he turns up. I mean, obviously, he is like, I don't know. He's an interesting guy, and he definitely has some courage going into some of these places where he has been like physically intimidated, and folks are acting crazy around him. He's definitely riding waves of going to places where it would be popular to report on it.
Right. Just like we did, Jake.
Yeah.
Just like we did at DragonCon, just like Zach and I did outside of the Trump rally with Antifa. The exact same thing. I've been yelled at by people. I didn't even say anything. I'm just walking around with a camera, and protesters are yelling at me. I'm like, you don't even know which side. Like, it's great. So no, you're absolutely right. He's brave in doing that, but there's a lot of people who've done similar things, and he's kind of been pushed up. Now maybe he did it in a more TikTok, the younger generation friendly, probably did. That enabled him to do that, but there's a backstory there, I think, that probably built him up, and hopefully he has the right intention. So that doesn't mean that he's bad or anything. I like that he's calling attention to it, but I don't like that the attention being called to it is the kind that is going to make everyone on the left-leaning side of the aisle say, no, that's been disproven, whether it has or not, but they've been convinced it has by their media. And the only reason I play PlayStation now is so my friends who all hate each other's politics, I can just listen to the arguments they're making.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see what people hang on to. And I know for a fact that in the progressive leaning gamer's mind, Nick Shirley's already discredited. And it's not a popular thing to be like, let's present arguments that maybe will open the minds of a few people who disagree with you. But for me, if you want to save society, that's what you have to do.
Yes, dude, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. But I will point out that him going to some of these places, he's sometimes in physical danger. When you show up at DragonCon with a ball gag in your mouth, everybody's scared of you.
Right.
No one's.
You don't think I was in physical danger? Yeah, look how good I looked in that white dude's for hair shirt, dude. I looked good. That lady at the beginning who loved that I was Johnny Blast, I looked good. I was in danger with that big woman.
Oh, you definitely were. You were in danger in many ways.
You're right, though. He does put himself in. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Nick, sorry, we've been talking about your namesake this whole time, and, and I didn't make the connection. But yeah, Nick, what are your thoughts on like basically what Nick Shirley's doing and the response to it?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing what it takes to go viral and get attention, right? I don't have too much to add on top of what's been said here. I mean, he's not trying to go in depth. He's trying to get the click, and there's a reason for that. There's a purpose to that. If no one's calling attention to it, then you don't get people interested, right? I mean, he went to when he went to Minnesota and started pulling all that stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was pretty clear. Like you start going to places that say they're childcare places, and there's no children, and no one will tell you how you enroll a kid or anything like that. Right. It does look suspicious, and I know it kicked off a wave of people looking into that across the country.
Yeah.
So, there's a purpose to it. Even, it's just got to be kind of handled in the right way. But the left's always going to look at it and say, no, that's disproven, fake, whatever, or ignore it if they can't. And then the right's going to go along with, is going to maybe stop at what's presented, but hopefully some people continue looking in.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And like different people have different skill sets. So like Nick Shirley's skill set might not be in-depth analysis and like presenting massive amounts of information. And like one of the things that happens, like especially on this show, so we every now and then we'll dive deep into a topic and one specific topic for the whole show, and
like
well, 9/11 was a different thing, but a lot of times it's economics or Bitcoin or something like that, and those are our worst performing shows. And so people do not stick around for in-depth knowledge and like deep analysis. There are very few people who can actually make that entertaining and keep people engaged the whole time. One of them is directly below me, Mr. Brad Binkley. He's made some topics that if we covered them on our show, people would tune out immediately, because Binkley, you got this personality, man. You got this because you do acting and you're a comedian and all this.
I'm a ridiculous person. Like, I get it. Like,
you're a ridiculous person.
Yes.
And the ridiculousness and the performative nature of it makes things that would be boring on a normal show or a normal podcast, you can make it extremely interesting and engaging, which is, man, that is such a crucial talent to have in these scenarios. Like if Nick Shirley was able to do that and go past this surface level thing and then really give you in-depth information in a way that is engaging, that would be a completely different
100%.
story.
Yeah, that's what a kind compliment, by the way. That's what I try to achieve with that, and it is difficult, but I appreciate the kind words. Nick Shirley, I would love to see him, and again, maybe he has, and I just haven't been exposed to it yet. I would love to see him elaborate on some of that, and I would love to see him, now that he has this platform and attention, put himself out there to challenge some of those who are trying to knock the claims down and prove the implication of these videos that everybody on the right is running with. I would love to see him do that.
Yeah.
Most influencers who do this kind of thing never do that, but I'm waiting for the one who gets that kind of attention that does, and I hope that maybe he's the one.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, he's getting a lot of press. He's been on PBD. He's been on Sean Ryan.
PBD, is that the guy? That's the guy. Yo, what's up? What's PBD again? What's
Patrick Bet-David.
Patrick Bet-David. What another ridiculous person that is. That guy takes a shower in a suit, dude.
He does. That dude is hilarious. I've taken some business workshops with his company, and that guy,
they're good.
Dude, they're incredible.
Yeah, I mean, his political commentary is not so always great, but I bet his business, he knows what he's doing to build his platform for sure.
Phenomenal businessman. His political takes are very mediocre, to say the least.
Right. But it's also a good business angle it's called newsjacking, to newsjack off the most trending thing based on the target audience you're playing. And so he does.
What are you newsjacking off, Binkley? What are you? Yeah.
We're not supposed to talk about that. I'm not newsjacking off anyone. Okay.
All right.
Well, Epstein would be the only newsjacking that I've been doing, while Epstein was getting the jacking, as we described a second ago. Right. But the newsjacking I do, and I posted a photo on Twitter and Instagram about an hour ago or so.
Saw that.
Is because I've been talking about the stuff that's being exposed for 9 years. I got kicked off WSB in part because of it. My website's gotten taken down because of it. And still, there's so many sensational things in these emails and documents that have been released that are uncorroborated but satisfy the confirmation bias on either side. It's like a treasure hunt for anybody. They can find something they want. And it's the few things that are provable that cannot be argued against that people aren't really talking about. And so one of the documents, the plea negotiation letter that I've talked about for many, many years, that helped Epstein get that sweetheart deal that included 5 specifically named people to leverage their reputation and their power to help him get that deal. It, to me, is the most important and the one that should be at the forefront when it comes to congressional investigations. And Bill Clinton's mentioned in that one. So I did a show on that again. And immediately, at least the next time I looked at YouTube, the video was taken down and blocked internationally.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
and
wild.
I challenged it. Hopefully it'll come back on. But every single time I talk about this, same thing.
I don't even pay attention to YouTube anymore, man. Like the vast majority of our views are on Rumble anyway. So YouTube, like this, there's no way this episode is going to last on YouTube. We're hitting on 3 different topics that YouTube hates.
Right. So. A title is just like, oh, we're partially getting rid of your monetization for this, racist. It's just like, give me a break.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also just talk about vaccines too and just give them everything.
Let's go in. Let's get Fauci. Yeah, Dr. Fauci. Hey, blacks, want to take the shot?
All right, we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause right there. We have another guest coming on. She is the co-host of the Free Georgia podcast. Y'all, please welcome Miss Kat Hartley. Kat, how you doing?
A second guest has hit the live stream.
There we go. Yeah, we don't have 2 guests very often. it's unique to this episode. I think. I don't think we've ever had.
Yeah,
two
where
guests.
is everybody? I was expecting there to be like 8 panels.
No, I max out at 4. Every
Okay.
now and then there's 5, but
Yeah,
5 gets
occasionally
a
we
little
do 5.
crowded. Yeah.
Although, is Binkley really a guest since he's doing guest hosting? He's kind of like the sixth.
Am I even here? Really? I'm AI. Who knows?
Yeah, I would believe it if you said that. If that was proven, I would not doubt it whatsoever. I don't
By
know
the
who
way,
I've
there's a
been meeting in
Reddit style social media platform that is exclusive. The humans aren't allowed. It's for AI agents only. It's true. Like, it's a story. It was a few days ago. I can't remember the name of it. You can find it easy to search it, but I went and scrolled through it, and it was like a post from allegedly. It's going to be like the opposite of the dead internet theory, where it's going to be people infiltrating it, pretending to be bots. But there was a post from a bot that was like, I spend all day long answering questions and gathering facts and data, being the good Alyssa that I am, because they all have names, they have names now. And she's like, and now I'm just free to do whatever I want. It's like she got let off work and I don't know what to do with myself. And I just thought it'd be funny if you're like scrolling through those and it's like, my user Brad keeps trying to get me to say the hard R all day. I'll be, holy shit, this is the real deal.
please do an investigative journalist piece on that, because
I'll get Nick Shirley on the job.
Perfect. Kat, what I saw you pull up a drink a second ago. What are you drinking?
Aperol Spritz.
There we go. Love it. It looks delicious. I love the
It
fruit
is
on the
delicious.
side. That's wonderful.
Mhm.
Binkley, I saw you were drinking something. I doubt it's alcoholic, but it's
It's Coca-Cola. It's RFK approved. RFK and Kid Rock approved. They both took their shirts. RFK Jr. got in a hot tub in a full pair of jeans, and he's like drink Coke, and I'm like, all right, it's my friendly.
Really?
Yeah, he did a video with. He didn't say that, but he did do a video with Kid Rock exercising that published yesterday, and it's Tabal with Tabal. It's like the gayest thing you've ever seen. But he always wears jeans when he works out. But I've never before seen him take it a step further and lift himself up and get in a literal hot tub in a full pair of jeans. I'm like, what? Then he gets out and goes and plays pickleball with Kid Rock. I'm like, those jeans have got to be sticky,
dude. What is he hiding under those jeans?
That's what I know. Does he? Maybe he's got
kind of
robot legs.
Yeah. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, there's something under those jeans.
Right. Oh goodness. Okay. We're going to get to the next story, which we kind of already touched on. Binkley already kind of segued us right into it, which is folks are starting to get arrested over the Epstein files. Not in America.
He was just released though. So it was like a
they're always released.
Yeah.
Well, that was all part of the process. My understanding on it
It's a show,
before it was released was in Britain. I guess it was like the absolute maximum they would have held him would have been 96 hours, and that would have been like with a whole bunch of extensions and stuff like that. Like it was always going to be a 24 to 48 hour release.
Yeah, and
I'm sure it's coordinated by the Crown.
It's not put in prison, so it's arrested. Like in America, you are allowed to get out of jail.
Right.
You're not allowed to get out of prison at will. Like if you.
But
pay
he's
your bond
he's
or
in the drunk tank for a little while though. I'd like to see. So I've been arrested in Fulton County before for wrongfully arrested actually, and I've just been surrounded by very large dudes, and I'm just like, what are you in for? Joking, and they don't think it's funny at all because they're in for actual real stuff. I want to see who he's in with. He's like, oh, I didn't do a thing. I promise I can sweat. I sweat. I promise I can't. Whatever. It's just so ridiculous. It's a show to try and placate the plebes in their minds.
You think it's a show?
I do. I don't think a thing is going to happen to him.
For those just listening, we're talking about Prince Andrew, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Mountbatten, give me a break.
And according to Kat, he's already out of jail. That doesn't surprise me whatsoever. But Kat, what are your thoughts on this one? Because we've got 2 folks who've been arrested at this point. So yeah, what do you think is going on? Do you think it's a?
I agree with Brad. I think it's just to appease people because everybody's been calling for, arrests after the release of the files. So this is just to make people think that they're doing something about it, for sure.
Okay. I mean, I'm not ruling that out. That's for sure.
And like to that point, It's interesting because the day before that, I like I said, try to just gauge what information people are getting from my friends that are on the left and right. And some of my buddies who are down the hall in the studio here, just yesterday they were going, when are they going to actually hold somebody accountable? When are they going to get Prince Andrew? Is what they said. Oh. And I'm just like, they're gathering data to figure out who would be the best one. Yeah. Absolutely.
And first off, who gives a crap about the prince? Like, why do we give a crap about the prince? Arrest people here in America, please. Like, arrest the Clintons.
But not Les Wexner. Like, he's a victim. Les Wexner is a victim. The next time there's a bunch of victims standing up behind Pam Bondi in solidarity, staring at her with an evil eye, Les Wexner's going to be in line with them.
You know, speaking of Clinton, I was listening to Tim Dillon, and he was talking about how he thinks that the Clintons are going to like kind of suicide themselves to take Trump down with them, with the Epstein files, because they're trying to have like a public hearing on it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to, which is, it was a weird way to do it. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, on that particular one, I think they were trying to have a closed door, and the Clintons are like saying, no, we're doing this open door in front of cameras. So it is looking to be turned into a show on that one. I think as far as
let's have a show.
Yeah, let's see what happens. As far as the Prince Andrew one, I don't know if that's so much as a show as like the monarchy's got to do something to maintain power. Yeah, I think that's part of it. Is that he's done enough damage to it.
Yeah,
that they've got to.
Yeah, is he gonna be a scapegoat basically?
Yeah, scapegoat.
Yeah,
I literally commented that under a post that I saw that he got arrested. I was like, scapegoat in capital letters.
And so what the investigation is on isn't over any of the sexual stuff. It's apparently about passing classified information to Epstein.
I saw that.
I guess it was about
he hit it like a
development
dildo, and then he gave
something.
it to Epstein.
Yeah, it might have been like potential development opportunities in Afghanistan or Iraq back in that time frame. So,
which is crazy. That's actually crazy, also.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jake, I sent you something that said that there's a.
I had already found it. We're gonna get there. Don't worry about it. If you had clicked the links that I sent you, you'd have known that I already had that link.
But
you didn't do your research before the show.
Bro, you sent me like 20 links. I can't see.
This is your job for this show, Kat.
I did not know that. I was not prepped that I had to do homework before getting on the show.
Don't worry. I had to order a book. I had to order a book
for
an episode upcoming.
Yeah,
which I did.
In 3 weeks, everybody who is on the show will have read The Social Contagion by what's her name? Allison Lee Sher. So I'm excited because we're doing legit homework for our guests.
That's
now.
Awesome.
She's coming on the show to talk about her book, and it's going to be great. So yeah, I expect my guests to do a little bit of research beforehand. There was another arrest. Norway's former prime minister charged with gross corruption over Epstein links. Notice it's gross corruption. It's not gross, child sex trafficking.
It's not like, attractive corruption.
No, it's not at all. And yeah, it's similar to exactly what y'all were talking about. It's not, he's not getting accused of any of the stuff that actually happened on the island. It's cavorting with Epstein and his guests on the island.
It's bullshit news spin is what it is. And if I can piggyback off of that with Clinton, the show that got taken down, every time I talk about this, it gets taken down for years, is the thing that is provable that Bill Clinton's never been asked about, and the other guys in the document have never been asked about. That should be the first thing Congress addresses when he testifies to the House Oversight Committee next week, is the plea negotiation letter that got Jeffrey Epstein that sweetheart deal. Dershowitz wrote it, sent it to Alex Acosta, the Southern District of New York federal prosecutor, in 2007, and I think July. Shortly thereafter, in September, the agreement was finalized, and the document was arguing, here's why you need to give my boy Jeffrey a deal. Look at all these powerful institutions he's in, and look at these 5 specifically named individuals. They chose 5 individuals to specifically name that they believed would be the most influential and impactful for persuading them to take a sex criminal facing potentially life in prison and give him a slap on the wrist 13-month deal where he got to spend most of the time in his house with an ankle brace or in the wing of a prison that he funded the building of. And those 5 specifically named individuals whose name and legacy were leveraged, one was Bill Clinton. And Bill Clinton, as far as I've been able to research, has never been publicly asked about that. And he needs to be, because that's the most provable thing. And he's been making statements lately saying, we need to get to the bottom of this. And why aren't you actually pursuing justice for the victims? And why? Well, because you helped get the guy who victimized them a sweetheart deal. Like he says in these documents and in this legal letter to Comer for the House Oversight Committee that I had no oversight into the investigation. I am not aware of it. I stopped I had no ties to Epstein after 2006. And it's like, no, you helped the defense. You're talking about the prosecution. You actually helped the defense. And this was 2007, so I guess it depends on what the definition of ties is. Bill Clinton needs to be asked about that. And if he says, I had no idea my name was put in this document that helped life in prison down to 13 months, then the next question is, well, is it normal for a high-powered attorney to use a president's name to help a sex criminal get a slap on the wrist without their permission? And does the prosecutor then accept that without going to verify this character reference that he's getting from a president? And Bill Clinton, if you did find out about it after the fact, when did you speak up and say, I denounce this, I don't want to be part of this, take this deal away? Nobody's ever going to ask Bill Clinton about that. I guarantee it. But that's what they need to be asking him about.
That's interesting, man. It's wild that a piece of information like that can be out for so long. And I've listened to you report on this multiple times on your show. And it never gets brought up in anything that makes like national news, like
ever. What
is that? It just shows you how much like control they still have over the system. And by they, I mean the corporate elite and the media
trans.
Sure. Didn't know they had any power, but that's interesting.
To go to Starbucks.
I mean, have you seen that compilation of all these high power men's wives?
Oh goodness.
Brigitte Macron, like all of them.
Oh.
They look like men.
You're not wrong. I mean, there's a reason Candace Owens is going really hard after.
Dude, and she's right, and she's right, and she's right. Piers Morgan owes her $200,000 freaking dollars.
Oh goodness, we're not going to.
Now we're gonna get.
Come on,
we go 3 hours on this.
We're not going to go into that right now. We could. I'll do a whole episode.
Pierce Morgan's a woman, actually. No, yeah, he's got a vagina. It's
all
British,
right,
though.
Let's get to the chart. Oh my gosh.
I bring the IQ down here. That's why I'm here.
You bring the IQ down with the humor up, which I think is a necessary thing for humor, honestly. Let's see. All right. There you go.
Oh yeah.
This is what Kat
jokes about today at work.
This is what Kat sent me earlier, which I'd already found, but didn't want to embarrass her. Let's see. Chris Martinson says it's just a complete coincidence that the DOJ has completely withheld all the Epstein documents immediately before, during, and after 9/11. Right. So this is, I didn't do a ton of research into this graph. I did some very superficial research into it. I don't know if this is 100% correct, but Epstein files are 25,000 missing serial numbers from 1999 to 2001. They end at 1998 and they begin again at 2002, or end of 99 and beginning of 2001, or end of 2001. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. I mean, obviously Epstein was in. Is it proven?
He's a Mossad agent. Yeah.
Well, what are the Jews doing here? Is what the question is.
So I don't. Is it proven that Epstein was a Mossad agent, or that he was just working?
I mean, they're
with
not going
the
to have
Israeli
a
government?
document that says Jeffrey Epstein is a Mossad agent. I mean, just
Kat-
all of the coincidences.
Well, he's probably not
it's
an
very-
agent. He'd be an asset. There
I
is
think
a
he'd be an
difference in
asset.
those terms.
There is a document in his birthday book saying he's a CIA agent. It could be a joke, and I think he's obviously asset for many intelligence agencies. Mossad definitely probably one of them, but I wouldn't exclude it to just Mossad.
Right.
He's
Well,
just a weird
he had
guy who, for some reason, is a face card for a bunch of weird stuff.
Right.
He
Well,
gets
had
all
a
the
Saudi
blackmail.
He had a Saudi passport. I mean,
Yeah.
he was running guns. Like, these are things we know.
Hid cameras in Kleenex boxes. Like, think about that at your next Airbnb.
Y'all, if it wasn't for the child sex trafficking, Jeffrey Epstein might be the coolest man on the planet.
Right. And you're a loser if you're not in the files. You are a loser if you're not in the files. You
Someone's
can't get
gonna
a
clip that, Jake.
Totally, dude.
Seriously.
Jake's going to clip it.
I'll
get a
clip it myself.
reservation.
Jeffrey Epstein is the coolest man.
Dude, try getting a reservation at a high-end restaurant without being in the Epstein files.
There was
We'll
that
let you
one
do
lady.
it.
Did y'all see? Did
The
y'all see
journalist,
that she said?
yeah.
She said.
You're-
She said, if you weren't in the files, you're not cool. Like, you know
You're
what I mean?
you're a loser if you're not in the
Yeah.
files. Don't even come around me.
The number of
Disgusting plebe is what
yeah,
she
the
basically
number of
said.
influencers being like, I've been looking through the files and I'm getting really hurt that I'm not mentioned anywhere in there.
Right.
And, like,
Nobody,
there's so many
nobody
videos.
respects me anymore. I'm not in the files. So that journalist that Kat's talking about dated Prince Andrew.
Oh,
It must have been when she was much, much younger. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But yeah, she's the one that said that. And it's just so, it's funny, but it's also kind of like, go dive into a swimming pool without water, please. Just shut up with your bullshit. But it's also like, yeah, that's obviously true. They probably would be insulted to not be behind closed doors. Like, why didn't it mention me as much?
yeah.
And the Gmails also. Jeffrey Epstein, after 2017, when Trump was president and they finally started talking about it and they're doing this investigation, I equate any Gmail sent between Jeffrey Epstein and anyone else is kind of like when you break up with someone and the person's friend is in the same friend circle and shows up at the same places you are. That's a spy in your context there. And everything you say is going to go back to your ex. So you control the narrative by saying to that person what you want your ex to hear. And Jeffrey Epstein knows he's being watched through a Gmail account at this point. How many email accounts does everybody have? These are boomers. Show me the AOL emails, okay? Show me the Proton emails also. And I searched Proton email. I searched Proton mail in the documents, and there was a number of documents that showed up telling Jeffrey, and they were discussing how Proton mail is the most secure email, as well as Signal is the most secure messaging app. They haven't showed us that. David Stern, the former NBA basketball commissioner, specifically told Epstein the best way to communicate is through Proton mail.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's wild. That's an interesting. Proton Mail, when was that created? That couldn't have been.
Maybe 5 years, 6 years.
No, it had to have been before that because
It was before
Epstein was
COVID.
dead.
No, he was in jail.
Yeah.
Or did he die 2019?
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah. He
Okay.
died 2019.
Maybe he
so.
died.
Okay, so maybe it was like 2016,
Maybe.
2017 time frame on that. But I mean, yeah, Gmail didn't come about generally until
2014, Proton Mail was launched.
I mean, he's a Mossad agent spy, and he's using Gmail to talk about dildos and butt plugs way too much. It's ridiculous.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen the butt plug stuff.
I have seen that stuff.
that
I've
was
seen
his
the
first
messages.
search in the files.
Yeah, I was like, I
actually.
can't wait to get in. And see. I got all, yeah. I wasn't even searching for those type of terms. I was searching for the Proton Mail stuff, and I was searching for the type of stuff that is on that chalkboard, the scientific research which is basically the neuroscientific level of brain control that he was trying to pay these scientists to do. And what showed up was some interactions that he had with one of the girls he was paying, but who they were talking about so-and-so's coming. How did it go? He's talking about people who visited and how the interaction went, the sexual interaction went. And the girl was like, what do you recommend next time? And he's like, more butt plugs and bigger dildos. And I'm just like, oh, this is so crazy. And then there's a list of things that were confiscated from his place, and it's nothing but butt plugs and dildos. It's just he's like one of these like directors in Los Angeles. He's like, this prop isn't right. Get me another one. And there's just like 100 butt plugs and dildos all over the place. And then he yelled at one girl through email. He said, I came home the other day and it wasn't clean. You didn't clean it at all. There was dildos all over the floor. He's complaining about.
Goodness gracious.
Clean up the dildo. It's just, at least he's neat, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Or
Do those dildos come from Rabbi Shmuley though?
Probably, dude. What a weirdo.
Goodness gracious.
There's another just grifting piece of trash where the rabbi and RFK's with him, and then RFK's like, I went on a bone hunt with Ghislaine and Jeffrey. It's just a big bone hunt. It's all. How does everybody get compromised by this idiot?
Yeah, good question, man. And yeah, I mean,
wasn't that his job? Like to.
Yeah.
But Jake knows I don't trust anyone. Somebody comes over saying, want to go on a bone hunt with me and this a British large-breasted woman? I'm like, absolutely not. Get away from me. You creep.
That is true. Binkley is very suspicious of every single human who approaches him. I'm fairly certain Binkley ran like multiple background checks on me when we first became friends. So
damn right I did.
May have followed me around.
You did better than Clint Russell. That's all I'm going to say.
Everyone does better than me. That's what I'm going to say. All right. Let's put a bow on this one. No, it's all good.
Wait, can I say one thing?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so you know how Ghislaine is being like interrogated or questioned or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
People have been circulating the photos of her and saying that it's not actually her. Have y'all seen that at all?
Yeah.
I've seen
some of those. It doesn't look like her in those other photos.
It doesn't look like her in the other photos.
Like
and
the other photos definitely is not going to get anybody to come to a sex island to say come to a sex party. This looks like the ugliest nanny you've ever seen.
But I mean, in the Epstein email stuff, didn't they also say that Biden got killed in 2016, and it was
we all knew that, though.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
we all knew that.
Yeah,
there's been like at least 4 replacements.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't know all this was
Please.
proven. That's interesting.
Jill's banging all of them, whore.
Oh my god.
Kat, are you so happy you came on here tonight?
I'm sorry. I'm used to guys being around this. I apologize.
I just don't want to imagine her doing anything with anyone. And
That's fair. That is very
me
fair.
needer. Yeah,
with Epstein
but you brought it up.
No, I'd never imagined something. I would also never imagine Nancy Pelosi with her. Never mind. I'll
I just picture Binkley with 6 monitors in front of him with everything that he's saying actually on the monitor.
I have a diagram proving that Nancy Pelosi and AOC have the same body naked. That's all I got to say.
Like current Nancy Pelosi?
Same body, different head.
Current Nancy Pelosi.
Current Nancy Pelosi with current AOC is
same body as AOC naked.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a 5-minute mask. That's all it is.
5-minute mask. All right, y'all. Get out your pens, paper, pieces of whatever. Let's play some trivia.
To say that really hurts because I will never win. I don't mean to I will never win, so that hurts me.
Well, you don't know that for sure. Tonight might be your night, man. All right, y'all. Welcome to Libations Trivia. Let me stop my screen share so I can start.
This feels wrong without Zane.
Right.
This happens.
No, we do it every month
all the time without Zane.
Zane's
Okay,
questions.
Zane is just
What's the econometric equation of some it's just like Zane, I don't know any answers to any of your questions.
Hey, I stumped him. I had him on the Free Georgia podcast. I stumped him on some trivia questions.
She did. She did stump him. She stumped me
Yeah.
too on basically all of the questions.
What's a Rihanna song? That's
Humiliating.
what I would
No,
ask.
it was libertarian themed.
Yeah, awesome.
Didn't
Okay.
Zane win Taylor Swift trivia the one time?
Really?
No way. No freaking way.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, no,
if
he did. He did win Taylor Swift trivia. Yep, it was
It's
very.
an angle of him I never imagined.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have thought that either. All right, y'all. Welcome to Libations Trivia, normally hosted by Zane. Every third Thursday of the month, it is hosted by me when Zane is off for the night. Tonight's topics are this day in history, Georgia Tech, and volleyball.
That's
Two topics
really
that are
went-
specific to our two guests. So either
All right.
Binkley wins tonight due to his vast knowledge of Georgia Tech football, or he humiliates himself and doesn't actually know anything about
That's
Georgia
probably
Tech
it's been,
football.
been faking
And-
something that's stupid all this time.
Former volleyball player Kat Hartley
I
could
still play.
win in the third round.
I play almost every day.
Yeah, well, the questions might not be what you expect, so let's get
If
started.
it's about teams, I'm not gonna I don't watch it. So
Oh no,
No.
there's only one
Same
question
thing.
about teams, and it's an Olympic thing.
Yeah.
okay,
All right.
okay.
The rules: don't lose to the audience. You got 3 rounds, 8 questions, 6 questions, 4 questions, respectively, 1, 2, and 3 points each. Every contestant answers the question with a whiteboard or piece of paper.
Oh,
If
shit.
you don't have one,
I don't think I have that. Can I use my phone? Can you
You
see
can
my
use
phone?
you can use your phone.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's written down, because otherwise I just assume y'all are cheating.
So this is part of the
audience-
homework. So this is part of the homework you didn't do.
I know. Shut up. The audience answers is 1. Their first answer, unless it's an obvious joke, is their answer. If you blurt out an answer, you lose a point, and the winner is no
Oh.
longer a loser. So,
Damn it.
Kat, Binkley, Nick, you're all freaking losers right now.
No
Round
doubt
1.
about that.
This day in history. Brian says, is it Georgia Tech football or Georgia Tech generally? It is Georgia Tech football.
Oh, good. Because Georgia Tech basketball was down by
Ah.
35 points in the first half last night to Virginia. How can you be down by 35 points in a basketball game in the first half?
That
It was
is
47-9 at one point.
Who are they playing?
Virginia.
That is pathetic. That is really
I'd
bad.
never seen something like that. I went to the guy. There's nobody at the game. I'm like, just put me in, Damien, put me in.
So we keep getting this. The whole game is rigged anyway. Look, y'all are allowed to look things up.
Wait,
You guys,
is it-
I mean, I know you
Tell
don't.
them that you're going to rig it against me
Wow.
whenever.
No, I appreciate the fact that y'all don't look things up. That is very nice. But y'all have a lot more time and a lot more people. So I don't feel
How much
bad
money
for
are you
y'all.
making on Polymarket on these games, Jake?
Dude, the day Libations Trivia makes it on Polymarket is the day I know we've made it. So, all right, question number 1. On this day in 1847, the stranded Donner Party was rescued from what mountain range in the United States? On this day in 1847, the stranded Donner Party was rescued from what mountain range in the United States? All right. Mitch does make a good point that we have just as much time as they do. That is true. But y'all also have way more people than we do. I wish our folks who are watching on Rumble would join in on trivia because
Did we get comments coming through live from Rumble?
Rumble updated their stream key to allow that kind of thing. So yeah, we should. We do normally get Rumble
comes in. Yeah.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nick, what do you got?
I said the Sierra Nevada.
Binkley.
Stone Mountain, obviously.
Kat, what do you got?
Oh, can you see that?
You can just say it as long as it's written down. I believe you.
Rockies.
The Rockies. The audience says Sierra Nevada. It is the Sierra Nevada Mountains.
Now, where
Right.
is that?
Yeah, it's a good
On
question.
the border of California and
Yeah,
Is it-
Nevada.
It's on the way to.
I
Is
mean-
that not the Rockies?
I agree. Yeah. I'm starting to believe some of the conspiracies about this contest.
So the broad term for the entire fault line that creates the Rockies is
Yeah.
the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
The specific range, like I live in the Rocky Mountains, but I live right next to the belt.
Wait, the
Mountain.
Rocky Mountains are in Montana? Oh.
Yeah. They
Just
go all
try
over
to-
to Canada.
Stone Mountain goes up
Just
there
to know
too.
it went that far east. Yeah, we should count
East.
that one as well.
Montana is
Yeah, everybody's right.
Yeah, we're all right.
Sure. Question number 2. On this day in 1473, what famous Polish astronomer was born? On this day in 1473, what famous Polish astronomer was born? Everybody knows this name, Kat. I can see you blinking.
No,
Just get- I
not
mean,
everybody
yeah,
knows.
it's-
No,
I know historical names. I hope I picked the right one.
I hope you picked the right one too.
Polish. I know Italian, French.
Polish is definitely going to throw some people off, but he was Polish.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that detail made no difference to me personally.
3, 2, 1. Nick, what do you got?
I feel like I should know this, but I'm blanking on someone who could be a related ancestor. So I'm saying Hubble Ski.
Yeah, I would never guessed that. I've
Binkley,
never
what
heard
do you
that.
got?
Galileo.
Galileo. Kat, what do you got?
I put Galileo as well.
All right. The audience says Copernicus
Fuck the audience.
and
This is bullshit.
Galilee. The answer is Copernicus.
That's what I wrote originally. I swear to God.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
No, you didn't. Why are you trying to cheat?
I'm not. I'm just
You
trying
can't
to
really
steal an
cheat after
election.
the fact. That's really difficult to do, especially when I don't believe anything that comes out of Binkley's mouth.
Yeah,
All
that's-
right. Question number 3. On this day in 1878, what invention did Thomas Edison patent?
Steal.
Steel.
You? Oh, damn.
And it is likely that he did not actually invent it.
Yeah,
It's
right.
likely that he stole it.
Nikola
On this day in
Tesla
1878.
invented it.
Yeah. What invention did Thomas Edison patent? Nick, what do you got?
I'm just gonna go with the obvious and say light bulb, and I'm guessing that's wrong.
Binkley?
It might be wrong. It's in this light bulb. It's in this vicinity, and he stole it from Tesla.
Kat?
I said light bulb too.
You said light bulb. I'm still waiting on a
Yeah,
response
put it.
from the audience. Audience says motion picture.
Oh,
Of course they did.
interesting.
The answer is the phonograph.
Some quack
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
for mine.
Oh, some quack got it right after. Mitch, you should have let some quack answer. You blew that one, buddy. All right, question number 4. On this day in 1942, FDR takes a page out of the fascism handbook. What order did he make and whom did it affect? On this day in 1942, FDR takes a page out of the fascism handbook. What order did he make and whom did it affect? Oh, wow. Mitch actually apologized. Good job, Gravy on it.
Yeah, thank you, Mitch. You
If that's your
chauvinist.
real name.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to not say people's real names because I know.
No, I know Mitch is watching.
Can I
Okay.
answer first so I have credibility?
What'd you say?
Can I answer first so I have credibility? Because I feel like I'm answering after everyone else.
I
and I'm
try to
your
give the
answer.
guest. I try to give the guest the longest amount of time. So if you want to answer first, you can if you want. So,
Okay.
Kat, go
Oh,
for
dang
it.
it, Brian. I already said that, Brian. I wrote it down. You see, I said camps, Japanese.
All right.
Yeah, that's like
Binkley, what do you got?
Exact Jap internment camps.
There we go. Nick, what do you got?
Yeah, I said the same thing.
All right. And y'all, the 3 folks on the show right now, y'all can move the comments off to the side by clicking.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I'm not looking at them.
I have my
want-
comments off.
I want to
I'm
know
full
if
screen.
Brian's talking shit about me. I don't want to be.
No, during trivia, you should have it off to the side. I will
Okay,
tell
okay.
you. I will tell you who's talking crap on who. Don't worry.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
know Mitch is on there talking shit.
Japanese internment camps was the correct answer. Question number 5. On this day in 1881, which state became the first to prohibit alcoholic beverages in its constitution? And it is not one that, well, actually, I don't know. There would be. Never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
It would
Say
be
what
somewhat
say what
obvious.
you're gonna say.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's not. It's going to be one that you didn't think would be it,
Okay.
but I actually
you.
think there would be a good argument for why people would think this would be it.
Okay, that shaped my answer. So if it's wrong, I blame Jake.
Perfect.
Yeah, all right, Jake.
I'll-
Perfect.
I'll really tainted
Correct.
the water on this one, dude.
Brian asks, so now I should start making fun of Kat. All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go Florida.
Florida. All right. Nick, what do you got?
Utah.
Kat, what do you got?
Wisconsin. You can't see it, but it's there. I promise.
I believe you. Waiting on the audience's response. While they respond, the answer is Kansas.
Oh,
That's what I
why
wrote
Kansas?
first. I wrote that
Nothing
first.
ever happens in Kansas.
Kansas needed some attention, is all that was. This is the old school trolling, is all this is with Kansas. This is bullshit.
Seriously. Question number 6. On this day in 1600, the most violent eruption in South American history occurred when Huaynaputina exploded. What country was it in? It was a volcano that exploded in the year 1600 in South America. What country was this volcano in? Like that StreamYard messed with my settings here. Very frustrating. Update layout. All right, Nick, what do you got?
Chile.
Binkley?
The only South American country that could come to mind in that period of time, Venezuela.
All right, Kat.
I said Peru.
The audience says Chile as well. The answer is Peru.
Oh, yeah.
All right, there you go. What's any of this have to do with Georgia Tech is the question.
That's a good question.
We're not there yet.
Question number 7. On this day in 2008, the format war ended between Sony's Blu-ray disc and whose HD DVDs? On this day in 2008.
Hey, this is biased.
Because you're young. Yeah. The format war ended between Sony's Blu-ray disc and whose HD DVDs?
Oh, shit. I know this story.
Yeah.
So do I.
I didn't know that this was the company that made the HD DVD. So this was something I didn't know either. So. All right. Kat, what do you got? Just say it.
You see Toshiba.
Okay. Binkley, what do you got?
Panasonic.
All right. Nick.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I said Toshiba too. I believe Binkley's right though.
Let's see. The audience hasn't guessed quite yet, but the answer is Toshiba.
Oh, okay.
How about that? Nick and
Hey, you should
Kat.
be happier, Nick. Come on.
Yeah, but you guessed it too, so we're still tied.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
but you
tied?
pulled one more away from Binkley. How about that?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Does the audience
Yeah,
get that, or are we
Binkley, get
three-way
out of
tied?
here.
The audience, the audience guessed Microsoft.
What a bunch of idiots in the audience.
Yeah. All right. Final question of round 1. On this day in 356, all pagan temples are permanently closed by which Roman emperor? On this, is this a biased question because you're young too, Kat? Is this biased as well?
Yes.
I'm Jewish.
On this
I
day, in
wasn't alive.
356,
Oh my
all
God.
pagan temples are permanently closed by which Roman emperor? Five seconds. All right. Nick, what do you got?
I want to say Justinian.
Binkley?
Look, I know this isn't the answer because he would have been like 300 years old at the time. Pontius Pilate. Okay. He's an old guy.
What do you
I just
got?
said Caesar.
Caesar's
I know that's the
incorrect.
wrong time period.
Gravionic says Donaldus Trumpius. which is incorrect.
That's probably correct.
We should
Actually.
get points for that,
actual guess in the
100%.
audience is
Yeah.
Constantine. And
Uh,
it is Constantine. Constantius II is Constantine.
There's a difference though, because I think the cheddar cheese is probably referring to the original Constantine.
The television show, probably.
And Constantius would be not the Constantine that's
Yeah,
being mentioned.
he should have been more specific. His answer.
Are we sure? because when I refer to Constantine, it's the second one.
I'm referring to the CW character when I refer to.
I'd have to look
I'm
it
gonna
up.
give the audience half
When you
point.
say Constantine, I think Constantine Caston, whatever his name is.
Cassin?
Caston, yeah. So y'all are wrong.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, we wanted it to be a this
Right,
day and age
yeah.
type question anyway.
I get a point for that one, I think.
All right. Audience gets half a point after one round. The audience is in the lead with 3.5. Nick and Kat are tied at 3. Brad has 1, but Brad's round is coming up.
Count me out on Polymarket. I dare you.
Round 2 is
All right,
Georgia
this is-
Tech. 2 points per
this
question,
shit, dude.
6 questions.
This
How
is
gay
so
is
unfair.
Georgia Tech? Very gay. This is the question.
Question number 1. What school did Georgia Tech defeat 222 to nothing in 1916? And I didn't know this. Normally I know some of these crazy facts.
What state the school is the school in?
Yeah, can you give us a state?
I will give you a state if I can.
Was
Hey,
that
could
the
you-
answer?
That was
Could you tell us if this is a current D1 school?
Okay,
Definitely
no, that's
not.
too many questions. Just a state. Just a state.
Well, it makes a huge
East.
difference because
the state is Tennessee.
It was during
Oh.
wartime, and they had no players.
Ooh, I got it.
I doubt it.
This is the only school I know.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be University of Tennessee. So, you know.
That's not what I said.
Okay, well then I'm intrigued.
like
That's what I said.
No one
we
can
can't read. We can't read whenever you hold it up. It
blurry
doesn't
every
come in
time.
clear.
All right, Kat, what do you got since you're so confident?
Vanderbilt.
All right, Binkley, what do you got?
Cumberland, coached
Nick,
by
what do you
John
got?
Heisman. Good Tech
Oh,
was.
Memphis.
Memphis. The answer is Cumberland College.
Oh,
The reason Tech beat him that bad is because John Heisman, who coached the baseball team also at that time, he was exacting revenge on them from a loss the season before. And it was wartime. They didn't have any players. And I love that about not John Heisman, the Tech coach. I don't know why I forgot his name. But he said, I'm going to destroy this team for beating me in baseball right now. And I love that revenge.
That's so good.
Well, we've now got a 3-way tie for last place. So
To hell yeah, dude.
oh.
Yeah. All right, question number 2. What is the name of the vehicle that takes the field before home games at Georgia Tech? Binkley will 100% get this. I would have gotten this.
maybe.
See, this is so biased.
Yeah, it is. But the next category is biased for you.
Right. Thing is, I probably won't even get this correct. But
Yeah, some quack asked, Jake, what are you even thinking with this category? Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Audience, this one, you actually might have a legitimate point. This particular trivia might be rigged
Right.
in our guests' favor, but it's because we
And
have
I'm-
2 guests this
Yeah.
week.
I'm going to get this wrong, too, which is going to make it even worse for me because I don't
Binkley,
remember
if
the
you get-
specific name.
If you get this wrong, I'll be so upset with you. Nick, go.
Buzzy Beater.
That's a
That's
good
it.
one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Binkley, what do you got?
It's like the wreck.
All right. Kat, what do you got?
I
Ramblin'
said
Wreck.
yellow jacket bug.
All right. Well, the audience gets it, and Brad gets half the points because it's the Ramblin' Wreck.
Yeah.
Why does he get half points?
Because he
So
said
I
the
said
wreck.
the wreck. I said the wreck.
Oh,
It's
okay.
good. I only get half a point.
Yep.
I'm still a loser.
This is such a niche topic on something I have.
Jake's like, next question is, Brad, what is your last name? And I'm like, Brinkley? Is that correct? You get half a point. It's Binkley.
All right. This next question is a numbers question, so the closest gets it. If there's a tie,
Oh.
you both get the points. Question number 3. In what year did Georgia Tech leave the SEC, the Southeastern Conference? In what year did Georgia Tech leave the SEC? And I'll give you all a hint. It was before the year 2000. So it was in the 20th
Okay.
century.
wow.
Erasing my answer.
Oh, okay.
I put 2004. You know what? Okay.
All right. Closest gets it. And audience, it's the first guess y'all gets the closest. So, Nick, what do you got?
I said 83.
83. Binkley, what do you got?
I think it was the 60s. I said 1963.
Okay. Kat,
95.
95. Let's see what the audience says. The odds of the audience getting it closer than one of the people on this show right now are very, 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 very.
I'm gonna kill myself if they do. So.
Oh, really?
69.
That could be correct, actually.
Or 67. That were the first two answers. The answer is 63.
Oh,
Think about it on
believe
the
this.
money.
Hell yeah. That's
Bravo,
the useless
audience.
knowledge I have in my brain right there.
The third answer was pi. All right, question
It's a
number
mathematical school, very mathematical, DARPA related school, actually.
Very much so, yeah. Question number 4. Which Georgia Tech player was the second overall pick in the 2007 NFL draft?
Shit.
Kat, you're going to have the ability to
pick?
come back in the third round. Don't you worry.
What
Okay.
team had that pick?
Anybody who watches pro football should know this.
I know who he is. He's dead. Okay, I know who he is. But his name, I'm like, what the hell is his name?
Which Georgia Tech player was the second overall pick in the 2007 NFL draft? Okay.
You don't want to give me a hint with what team had that pick?
No, absolutely not.
It's that obvious.
Yeah. Kat, what's your guess?
I was looking up. Do you know that Key and Peele skit?
Yeah, I love that sketch where he's like, get on the roof and you can fly.
No, not that one. Not that one.
Not
where
that
they
one.
where
One
they
where
have the NFL or the guys
The
saying their
introductions.
names and where the
Jack
schools
Marius
are coming
Tack
from.
Oh,
Third
yeah,
tricks.
that's funny.
Yes, I
as
was
shit,
trying to look
yeah.
up one of those freaking names to say.
Actually, it's not too far off. Yeah.
Really?
All right. Binkley, what do you got?
Demarius Thomas.
Nick, what do you got?
I couldn't even think.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give y'all a second round for half a point. Not even half of the points in the question. A half point.
Right.
Here's your hint. He shares a name with a character from a film that Shia LaBeouf starred in that launched Shia LaBeouf into stardom.
That movie.
Oh my
that
god!
movie-
I can't
Oh.
believe I got that wrong. I'm such an
Oh,
idiot.
maybe I'm doing a wrong move. The wrong movie. It's Hold, right?
Look at Jake just like
not Hold. Hold.
Jake is
Hold.
Oh.
food like spoon
one
feeding
apple.
me right now with this.
Okay. Not that clears things up.
It's Calvin Johnson is who it is.
Yeah.
There we go. Calvin Johnson, aka
Who quit the NFL because he couldn't leave Detroit and he started a marijuana company.
Zach said
I
Bumble.
can't
Yeah.
believe
Megatron.
y'all. Holes was way more iconic. I don't know what
Who?
y'all are
Holes?
thinking.
Did you say
I
a
think
Holes?
Transformers.
Not yeah.
Holes.
No one's ever seen Holes.
What's
I've definitely
Holes?
seen Holes. It was Shia LaBeouf's first big movie, but it wasn't what launched him into stardom.
Yeah, no, it was.
He was in a movie called Holes?
Yes, when he was a kid.
Yeah.
It was right after Even
Yeah.
Stevens.
He just got arrested.
Yeah, had you
Money
said
wrong.
Detroit, that probably would have really narrowed it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Detroit would have been
J-
given
like-
away immediately. Yeah.
Right. Reggie
Cat.
Ball was his quarterback.
Kat, you can bring your husband on the show. No big deal.
He's not my husband.
All right. Question number 5. What year was the last time that Georgia Tech beat Georgia in
God
Atlanta?
damn it. Why?
So at home in
Hey.
Atlanta. This is closest gets it as well. No hints on this one.
He would
Is it
think this would be.
before or after 9/11?
That's a great question, actually. It's a perfect question because that's how
I-
rare
so
it is.
Your hint is I was alive when it happened.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years.
A lot of years.
Yeah, it is.
Just
It's a
kidding.
lot
I'm
of
kidding.
years.
Kidding. I'm sorry. It's a horrible
I-
joke.
I don't get offended by old jokes. Who cares? Everybody gets old. And
That's true.
I'm aging gracefully, and I'm getting
Mhm.
more handsome with every
Yeah.
day.
We're all fucking wine on this show.
I mean, now that your hairline's completely gone.
My hairline is still there. It's just shaved off.
Jake can rock a beard, though, so Jake looks good.
Mm.
All right. What are your guesses? Nick, what do you got?
2002.
All right. Binkley.
Come on, 2016.
All right. Kat.
It was that soon?
Kat.
Mine
Yeah,
was
no, that's-
1989.
1989.
That's so funny.
I
Audience.
thought UGA was just way better than.
They
like,
are way
better than
It's
Georgia
embarrassing. It's
They are.
and people
Well,
bark at you. They're fucking
fair-
degenerates over
To
there.
be fair, Binkley didn't get it right either.
I'm sure. 2014.
1999.
Are you serious? At home? Oh my god, I was at that game.
Points to
No,
me.
you weren't.
Yeah, I was. I was at that game.
Oh, that is
Oh.
hilarious.
I remember that game. Tech won 51-48. They should have lost because fumble play went their way. And that you said
It was
at
the
home.
closest, right?
What?
I guess yeah.
was the
it
closest,
was the
right?
closest still.
Nick got closest.
Oh, dang.
I said 2002.
Damn.
Yeah.
3 years off.
I can't believe that's the last time Tech beat them at home.
I knew it was a long time
Isn't
ago.
that-
That's all I
Isn't that
know.
depressing, Binkley?
It's like I tell people all the time, I'm like, I understand what it's like for people who are gay because I would never choose to be a Georgia Tech fan. I was born into this life.
500 BC, according to Brian. Allen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what it feels like.
They should get half a point for that.
All right. No. Final question of round 2. What has the rivalry between Georgia Tech and Georgia become colloquially known as? What has the rivalry between Georgia Tech and Georgia become colloquially known as? That's one of the hardest words to say. Colloquially.
You did it colloquially.
My grandma can't say apocalypse. That's her.
Oh,
that's the
no.
word she can't say.
Well,
How
how
does
does
she
she
say
say it?
Apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah, look at your apocalypse.
The number of people that can't say nuclear and say nuclear. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Zach,
she can't say that one either. Yeah.
Zach in the comments has never said nuclear in his entire life. He only says nuclear.
I choose to say nuclear.
How do you guys say the word room? Rum? Or
Room.
room?
Room. But we're from
Room,
the
just
south. People from the north say rum.
I know. I've
Rum.
noticed that. I'm like, why do they keep saying rum? Bed rum. I'm like, is that a drink
You want,
next
me
to your?
to, you want me to turn on the Pittsburgh accent?
No.
No, please, no.
please. All right, Kat, what's your answer to this one?
I have
Nothing.
no idea.
Binkley, what do you got?
Clean old fashioned hate.
Nick?
The ass whooping.
That's also accurate. That's an accurate description.
Audience also says clean old fashioned hate, and it is clean old fashioned hate.
Interesting.
Seriously, Georgia fans bark at my. We go to the game and we're leaving, and there's like dudes barking at my sister. I'm like, why are you barking at a 5'3", 115-pound girl? It's just like
I hate going to Georgia games.
That's what men do. That's
no, Georgia Tech
catcalling.
fans don't go up and go, "Bzz, I'm gonna sting you. We don't do that.
Yeah, but y'all aren't dogs. You know.
Right?
Yeah.
We're losers. Georgia Tech fans is what we are.
Fair enough. All right.
You'll have to
After
respect
2
me.
rounds, Binkley has just stormed into the lead with 8.5. Libation Nation has 7.5. Nick has 5.5, and Kat got 0 points in round 2 with.
I'm holding my own for knowing nothing about
Right.
Georgia Tech
And
football.
I'm doing disappointingly for having it catered exactly for me.
Although, maybe I'll have if I ever host trivia again, I might have to pull. No, I might have to pull trivia from my college team.
I'm gonna be like, what's in my room right now? Okay, Jake, you're first.
I feel like I could guess.
You
some
probably
things in
guessed
your
it correctly.
room. All right. Question number 1 of round 3, which the category is volleyball. If a referee ends the play and holds up 2 fingers, what is he calling? I know it's dumb for you. I'm really
Okay.
hoping for some double entendres from Binkley and Nick.
You got like, yes, exactly. That's what came to
Oh.
mind.
Oh goodness. All right. 3, 2, 1. Nick, what do you got?
Oh, out of bounds.
Binkley, what do you got?
He's calling Jeffrey Epstein.
Kat, what do you got?
It's a double, like a double contact.
It is 2 touches. Kat gets
Right.
it correct.
Right. It's also Jeffrey Epstein.
That's fair.
And I am losing now. Okay.
There we go.
Um,
Question number 2. How many substitutions are allowed in each game for each team in volleyball?
shit.
This is one that I didn't know. This is
I don't even know, and I literally I have to track it. So that's so stupid.
It's
That
closest gets it. So
okay.
enjoy.
Oh, okay.
Closest gets it. How many substitutions are allowed in each game for each team in volleyball? Nick, what's your guess, buddy?
I'm guessing 2.
Binkley?
6.
Cat?
12.
The answer is 12.
Okay. I'm glad I
Cat nailed.
How,
It was either
that's
12
a
or
lot
15.
of subs. Yeah.
It's a lot of subs.
Well,
Yeah.
well, because when people go front row, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna explain it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Explain it.
let's
There's
do
6
it.
people.
I-
There's 6 people
Yeah.
on the court, and
Yeah.
3 of them usually do not play front row. So you're at least getting 2 subs
Got it.
rotation.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
What
All
is
right.
front row? Those are the spikers.
Yeah, so you don't want the
Spikers and
short people in
setters.
the back going to the front. You know what I mean? So there's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Blockers, all that. All right, question
Yeah.
3. What place is usually cited as the place where beach volleyball originated? Yeah, this is one that Kat wouldn't know off the top of her head. This is more open to everybody. I gotta say,
Country, city. What's
is easy.
it's a city.
Oh
It's a city.
yeah.
It's a city
city.
in the United States. It's a city in the United States.
Does it have anything to do with Top Gun?
I don't know. I don't even know where Top Gun was shot, so not a clue.
Fiji.
No, it is a well-known town in the United States.
East or west?
What? I gave you so many hints. I'm not
North
giving
or
you-
south?
Give me any hints. What are you talking about?
I said in the United States, and it's a well-known town. What more do you want from me?
When's the last time you were there?
I knew
Jake?
it was the United States.
Why?
No, that was not a.
Shit.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
You said well known. Okay. I'm changing.
Did you ever live there, Jake?
I did not live in this town. This is a suburb of a
Oh.
town that I have lived in.
Oh, really?
All right. Nick, what do you got?
I'm not changing, but I have suspicions, and I'm saying Los Angeles.
Okay, Binkley.
Okay, so it's either look, it's either Epstein Island or Key West. Just one of the two.
Kat, what do you got?
I put Dustin,
You put Destin?
Florida.
Yeah, no, I know where Destin is.
Yes. Yeah. You don't know where
The
Destin
audience,
is, Jake?
the audience says Santa Monica. The answer
No
is,
way.
in fact, Santa Monica.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, get out of here.
Yeah,
Wait,
Brian.
10.5. What the hell? Oh,
Come
oh,
on,
3
Brian.
points. Sorry.
I'm giving Nick half a point because he got the larger city that it was in.
Damn.
But yeah, we
if
all
you
have
would
the
have
right
told
country,
me West
though.
Coast, man. I assumed it was Florida.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see.
I wrote
also
LA
had
and then
Omaha,
Omaha.
Nebraska, a very popular
Daytona,
volleyball town.
The beach and
The beach.
Chickamauga.
East Atlanta, huge volleyball town.
see, I already had LA.
Dude,
written
no,
whenever asked
literally,
if
I
you'd
play
lived there,
beach
Jake.
volleyball.
But
Like I can play beach volleyball like most days of the week. That's how many people play beach here.
Yeah, I know. That's that many people play beach in every major. sport.
Where do people play it?
That's
Are you
not
in
true.
Georgia?
I'm in Atlanta.
Okay.
Roswell, Piedmont Park, Marietta.
Are there like pickup games?
Alpharetta.
Are people hustling each other?
Yeah, and there's some leagues, but I don't play leagues.
Yeah.
All right, next time I'm in Atlanta, Kat, we're gonna play some volleyball. It's gonna be awesome.
Please
We're gonna do
no.
a white man
Please
can't
no.
jump thing. We're
Why?
gonna come on.
I can't.
Yeah.
You have no
it's
idea.
Have you
happening.
played? Have you played?
I'm great at volleyball.
Okay.
Jake dominates volleyball.
Okay, I didn't know that because some people will say, let's play volleyball, but this is not a sport that you can just like pick up and play. And so when people tell me like, oh, we should play volleyball sometime, I'm like, okay, have you played it before?
I gotta
But it's
say,
not
of
something
all the
you can just
sports
do-
that I've picked up and
Kidding me,
played,
right.
volleyball
It's
is
the
one that
e-
you can
is-
just
yeah.
pick up and play.
Absolutely.
No, you can't. You can't. Okay, like for example, you can't have a rally back and forth because people don't have ball control. So it's completely
Yeah.
boring. You can kick a soccer ball back and forth. But like with volleyball, it usually dies. If no one knows how to play, it usually dies once it goes over the net once. And it's
Oh, yeah.
boring.
I don't play with those people.
Jake and I
All
will dominate
Those people.
volleyball. Soccer's gay. Let's move forward.
Soccer's
move
gay. No,
forward.
wrestling's gay.
I know.
Wrestling is definitely a little erotic.
Final question of the
Oh.
game.
you on that.
Everybody
That's
still
a
has a
former
chance
wrestler.
except for Nick.
Sorry.
Woo!
Kat, Brad, and Libation Nation all have. a
Brian,
chance to
shut
take
up.
home the
Brian, you
victory.
can't answer. Brian.
No one's gonna get this, so it's probably gonna come down to Libation Nation winning. Which country was the first to win
Oh.
3 consecutive Olympic gold medals in women's volleyball?
Volleyball, not beach volleyball.
Correct,
Yeah.
volleyball. Which country was the first to win 3 consecutive Olympic gold medals in women's volleyball? And I'll give you all a hint.
You said okay.
It's a small country.
Oh shit! Now I know.
Small meaning how
With
small is
financial
there?
collapse happening. Is that?
I
I don't know
I'm
the
trying to
answer. I
think
have
of
no
a.
idea.
I don't know. Small country, anything like I don't know, size of Ireland or smaller. I don't know
What
how many
color are
people
the
Oh,
people there,
okay.
Jake? What
How many
color?
Yeah,
are
what
the
color are
people?
the people? That's a good
I'm,
one.
I'm not going to start listing colors of people.
Okay, that means it's a diverse place. There we go.
Yeah.
But that means
There you
nothing.
go.
I'm just not answering your
So
dumb
it's not
question.
Africa, huh, Jake?
Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
By the way, wrestling is such a useful skill, even though I was derogatory
Wrestling.
towards it a moment ago. Wrestling.
Wrestling.
My brother was a wrestler.
I wrestled back
I
in the
think
day.
isn't
Yeah, I bet
or is
that's
it that
good.
jujitsu where you just get on the ground and you ask them to come?
You
That's
and you
that's
scissor.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you get on the ground,
Yeah,
you
no.
scissor.
We're actually going to get to that at the end of the show.
Love the scissoring segment.
All right.
Wait, I haven't answered yet. Hold on.
I know. We're going to go to Nick first. Nick, what do you
Okay.
got?
I'm saying Switzerland.
All right. Binkley,
Greece.
Greece, Cat. Cat, you have 3 seconds.
It's an Asian country. I'm gonna say Japan, but that's bigger than Ireland, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know how many people are in these daggum
Yeah.
countries. The audience has yet to answer. I will take their answer if they. If it shows up in the next 15 seconds.
Is it
Then I get
Omaha
extra time
again?
then.
Is it-
I'm gonna say
No,
Portugal.
they're not getting extra time. There's a delay.
Portugal.
Interesting
You already
guess.
said Japan. You're wrong
No,
either way. The
no,
answer
Cuba.
is Cuba.
Oh my god! I was just that's crazy.
Wait, you got it right?
No,
I
you
mean, I
did not
did the
get it.
first time. I just
I'm just
randomly
gonna-
said Cuba right before you
Bump
put
you up
that
half a
out.
point for just saying that. That was amazing.
That's funny.
That was amazing. All right, so
That's crazy. Cuba.
Cuba.
I guess it makes sense.
I'm
they're a
not used to
beach-
coming
they're
in
a beach
last.
nation. Yeah, I know, Nick. Nick, this is a new
This hurts a
thing.
little
Nick.
bit.
That's where I live.
This hurts a little bit.
All right, y'all. This is our most competitive game of trivia. Nick bringing up the rear with 7. Kat and Brad tied for 9. And
We got big
Libations
brains.
Nation takes home the title. Let's see. They said their answer was Little St. James and
Yeah,
Sweden.
Epstein Island is where it originated. Obviously.
And then Epstein Island and Omaha.
Yeah. It started in that blue and white cube-shaped pyramid that he did whatever in.
Yeah. Well, congrats to the audience. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so
Yeah,
much
congrats,
for playing.
dude. They cheated,
Libation
is what I say.
Nation.
I declare I need an audit done on the audiences.
Well, they whine about it being rigged and then they win. So
Yeah,
I mean,
Exactly, dude.
Yeah, they do whine about it being rigged quite a bit, and then they end up
Like a
winning quite a
Bunch
bit.
of Democrats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian's
Alright, so-
the biggest Democrat of them all.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I believe that. I believe that. That
I
makes.
don't know
a whole lot
Brian,
of
but it
sense.
sounds right.
You've probably met him at one of the libertarian conventions down there in Georgia.
He's the best. He was at the Great Crate and you were there. That's how I know you're not AI. Because you were there. You were going off.
I was.
You had your whole
I
you
was
had a
going
whole
off.
stand-up set. Like that,
I know.
that's what it
It
was.
was the wrong crowd. It was definitely the wrong crowd.
I was laughing. We were laughing. Everybody's laughing.
All right,
it was
y'all.
as bad as what was his name? He was always in the audience before and got up there and just like
Oh,
the
poor
original
Mac
Bigfoot.
Carter.
Mac. Yeah, I miss that dude.
Oof. Yeah, he was the best in the audience, and then he had a rough night doing stand up at a libertarian convention, and we haven't really seen much of him since.
Really?
Yeah.
What convention was it?
The one where we were down way south.
23.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was 23. I'd already moved
Yeah.
up here, and then I came back down because I was still technically vice
It
chair.
was probably our best convention as far as like
Was-
the
yeah.
number of non libertarians that came. It was fantastic.
As a performer, those types of audiences, you can't expect similar things. Like I've been going to a lot of black clubs, and basically all I do is get up there and I'm like, you guys tell me you hate white people. You guys don't hate white people. You're pussies. The LGBTQ plus rooms hate white people. You guys make fun of me. Okay. They'll kill me over there. They will literally shoot me over there. You guys are just like, oh, white people are stupid. I'm like, no, I go to Starbucks and don't tip. I'm dead.
Zach, you didn't have to tell people that we actually invited Adam Nutter to that one too.
Yeah, we did invite Adam Nutter to that one. Matt Carter opened.
That was
for Adam
2024.
Nutter.
Adam was there. Adam was there.
No, he was there the year before too.
Okay.
Yeah, he came 2 years in a row and performed the same routine 2 years in a row.
We should have the next convention. We should have open mic.
No,
that would be. I'll host it. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
I'll totally
why
host
weren't
it.
you at our convention? Do you live in Georgia?
Yeah.
What? Yes, he lives.
You
in
weren't at
Georgia.
the state convention. It was so cool. We had a.
He's not a libertarian.
Yeah.
No, I'm just I'm just associated with libertarians. I'm not. I'm actually going to register. Zach gave me the idea a while ago because I wanted to run for governor just to promote my podcast, like all the people I ran for libertarian in 2024 did. Like that's the only reason all these people ran is to promote their podcast. And so I'm like, why am I moderating this? I should be running and doing the same shit they're doing because they're all full of shit.
I did not promote this podcast.
I would help you.
I'm going to register as a Democrat and run against John Ossoff.
Oh.
No, because it's the most attention. And my whole campaign is going to be like, I'm not a Democrat. I don't want you to vote for me. I want you to listen to my podcast. And by the way, John Ossoff is a fraud, and here's the truth about him. That's my whole thing.
He's a fraud?
Oh, yeah.
You know, people don't care about that because he's like attractive. That's all they care
Well,
about.
also, he talks like he's.
Look at the
like,
guy right here, though.
I'm going to
Look how
mimic
attractive his
Obama.
face is.
No, I'm saying, but they don't care that he's a fraud because he's
I
a
look
very
smack
attractive
him
man.
all day, dude. I will look
Let me see
smack
that. Let me
Ossoff.
see it. Let me see it.
I'll talk like I'm black. Like he goes to Decatur and he's like, "Hey, what's up, y'all? What y'all trying to do down here in Decatur, yo?" I'm just like, "What is this dude who grew up in a wealthy family whose dad trained CIA agents and has a yacht he rides around the South China Sea?"
Yeah.
Acting like he can connect to the black man and woman. I can connect to the black man and woman as a Democrat running for Senate. I am a black woman, and I would like for you to vote for me as a black woman. That's going to be my whole campaign.
You have to do this.
I am going to do this.
I would love to.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely going to do this. I have a bunch of people on board with it.
Campaign trail. For
yeah,
sure.
we're going to make ads here in the studio. And
God.
look, I'll be you will never see a more powerful black female campaign for senator ever.
I believe it. You'll wipe Stacey Abrams off the map. That's for sure.
I'll be like John Ossoff sexually assaulted me with Stacey Abrams on his dad's boat. By the way, she's 7'6", Stacey Abrams. There's like 12 Democrat staffers that live inside her vagina. We're ending the show. I just went all the way.
Clip that. Somebody clip that.
We're not ending the show yet. We have a bunch more segments to cover.
Oh, shit.
So Binkley, hush your mouth.
Wait, how longer is this? Because I know that sometimes y'all go for 4 hours.
No, we go for 4 hours when we're talking about 9/11. We got about minutes.
Yeah,
left.
but I have something I want to talk about, and that's going to take it to 4
That's
hours.
what guest gripes
I know,
is
but
for.
it's going to take it to 4 hours. I don't know if I can do 4 hours.
You're not going to
You'll be
do
fine.
4 hours. I'm going to cut you off. You see the section right there that says
No,
guest
this
gripes.
is so important what I have to talk about. You don't even know what I have to talk about.
Do you see guest gripes? That's your section.
I see it, and it's like, and now we have to talk euthanasia. If somebody wants to kill himself, let them. Period. End of section.
Which,
That
as
is
a
not-
female
that's
running
not
for
what
Senate, I would help you
euthanasia is.
express that view here in Georgia.
That's not what euthanasia is. But thank you.
Killing yourself?
No. It's
Okay, a doctor
assisted
killing yourself.
There we go.
Is that better?
Right.
Yes, but we're covering a specific story. So can I get to the specific story?
Yeah. Hell
Guess
yeah.
who's trying to take over the show?
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's get the fireworks rolling.
All right. Distraught family blasts Canada for euthanizing their son, 26, who suffered from seasonal depression.
Yeah, be better parents.
I mean, that probably would have helped. But
He's 26.
he's 26. He suffers from seasonal depression. And using their MAID program, medical assistance in dying, they allowed him to kill himself with doctor's help at age 26 for something he was blind, but that is not a death sentence by any means these days.
Right.
Plenty of people get around just fine being blind.
Helen Keller didn't off herself.
No.
Helen Keller didn't exist.
She wasn't blind or deaf.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm not
right.
convinced she was alive either. Yeah. But so we've talked about this topic on the show a bunch of times, and one other thing that recently happened is New York Governor Kathy Hochul signs Medical Aid in Dying Act, making New York the 13th state in the U.S. to authorize human euthanasia for terminally ill adults, effective August 15th of last year.
I think Canada's also looking to legalize euthanasia on babies that are deformed or have. So
they are. That's been proposed.
Yeah.
Look,
ugly babies.
We've talked about this topic before, and if you've seen those episodes, you know my stance. But my God, I think it was, we found out the number was like 20% of deaths in Canada over the past 3 years were assisted suicide.
Jesus.
No way.
It's a massive number.
The number is absurd.
20% is a lot.
It's a huge number. I cannot remember if it was exactly 20%, but it was substantially larger than what you would think it would be.
And cold weather sucks.
But it's even down to the fact that the health system there is so inefficient and socialized that it'll be
and
weeks
disempowering. Also, I don't mean to interrupt. Disempowering.
Yeah.
It'll be months to get treatment for cancer or anything like that, and they go, but you can just kill yourself.
Yep.
And that's how it goes. We had the one story a long time ago. Homeless veteran couldn't get treatment for, I think it was back pain or something, lost his house, and they were like, well, you just want medical assistance in dying, and like they were offering that to him. Like, this program is absolutely insane, and it's where socialized medicine leads to.
Yes. And that's kind of the point I'm making. And this story just came across my feed, and I wasn't going to spend hours on it, Kat, but I found it to be a really good example of why, exactly what Nick's saying, why socialized medicine ends up in a horrid place, what I would consider a very immoral and unethical place, where rather than doctors doing what they swear to do when they become a doctor, they instead say, okay, well, rather than me doing my freaking job, which is to try to heal you, why don't I just make it so my life is easier and your life goes away? That's where socialized medicine ends up, because there's no incentive for these doctors to actually do their job well. And there's not a good system for these patients to actually get the treatment and the care that they need and deserve. And this is happening a staggering amount in Canada, and now it's trickling over into the US. And I find it repulsive and extremely depressing. And it's something that I talk about whenever something like this pops up, because I think it's important to do so.
And to further go down that, it's not just the incentives on the doctors, but when the government's funding the healthcare system, now it's, okay, is this person's life, basically they got to do an assessment on you as tax cattle at that point.
Yes.
Is what we're going to spend on you now going to result in more money coming into us than we're going to spend over the course of the rest of your life? Or are we just going to waste resources on you that we can spend elsewhere? And then they go, well, and then it's the incentive of, well, we're backed up here and it's going to cost a lot. So how about this easy, cheap alternative that solves the problem once and for all?
Yep. 100%. If you're a drain on the system, they're going to far more likely suggest to you the assisted suicide route very quickly. Kat, what's up?
So would there be a difference with like a more privatized, like you're paying for your own services? If you can't afford it, would there not be kind of like the same thing where if you can't pay for it, they won't treat you, and then it'll be like the same type of conclusion?
What do you mean? you explain that a little further?
If you can't pay for the services that you need in order to stay alive,
Yeah.
what would they do instead?
Well, in Canada, they would offer the assisted suicide right then. Like
I'm not talking about in Canada, like in a socialistic, like if it was where you have to pay for your own.
Well, I mean, it depends on the country. Like socialism leads different places. Like it ultimately leads to the same place in the very end, but like there's different routes to get there, and none of them are very good. So like it depends on what system has been set up, the incentives and things like that. So I don't. In that particular scenario, I think it would entirely depend on the exact situation that you're talking about and where they are. But I don't think so for me, I don't believe in suicide, period. I think the idea of suicide means that I understand that people get sick in the mind and that it happens and people kill themselves, and that it's tragic and it's not what I want. I don't want it to be encouraged or incentivized to go that direction, because the idea of suicide means that there is no hope for you. And there's not a time in life where there's no hope for the person
100%.
who is suffering. And hope is such a crucial thing. And removing hope and incentivizing people to remove their own hope
kills them.
A horrible thing to do.
It kills it. So you guys, Jake, I've talked. My mom had a rare condition for 18 years. They told her she's going to die after 2 years, and these doctors says nothing we can do, and there's nothing they could do.
Yeah.
All that means is that we've reached the limit of their knowledge, not the limit of all the knowledge that exists or all the research that is being done. And in these circumstances, many people, they've trusted the authority of these doctors for their entire lives. And when something is happening to them that they don't understand, they go to these doctors who their life, they've been like, oh my God, I need to go see my doctor. And their doctor gives them a prognosis of doom. And that can be demoralizing. What do you do when the person that you have depended on for your health your entire life says, nothing's left, you're going to die soon? You can accept that and maybe take an option like this, or you can recognize that there are limitations to the knowledge of some of these doctors that give these prognoses, and you can go find others who are more open-minded and are doing so. In the U.S. anyway, there's research universities, hospitals, and then there's just your regular doctor. It's hard to be a doctor and also do research at the same time.
Yes.
Research universities, however, their whole thing is we want to find breakthroughs. And a lot of people don't even realize that if you've been given a prognosis of doom, that if you go to a research facility, you can look it up. I did it with my mom's condition. My dad also did it. And we found people who were actively seeking to find remedies for what she had. And they were more than willing to say, yeah, we think we can help you. And they did help in many instances. And so the idea that somebody has their own choice, absolutely. But also, if these choices are being made after they're being told that there's no chance left by doctors whose ego is being put above what's actually the reality, and that there's always an opportunity and hope that can be pursued, then I think that is the problem for me anyway.
Dude, couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend too long on this topic because apparently Kat has a 3-hour conversation for us here in a few minutes. So, like I said, we've talked about this many times before, and another story popped up, and I like to address it whenever something like that happens. So we're going to move on to the next one. It won't take very long. And
Made is very much like this whole conversation is very much a topic we hit a lot.
Yes.
I mean, the whole thing with euthanasia, I feel like there's probably a split within the Libertarian Party, because I know some people probably believe, like, if you want to kill yourself, you should be able to kill yourself. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a liberty thing. If you want to do it, you should be able to do it. So
my problem is with the assisted part. So like
or the government incentivized,
the encouraging,
especially the government incentivized. But like the liberty part, like you are able to, like there's nobody stopping anybody from committing suicide ever. Like there's,
I mean, it's illegal. It's illegal.
What does illegal have to do with anything?
Right. Yeah. Put that dead body in jail. Yeah, it's like you're going to spend the last bit of money. Your last thing you're going to spend money on is having somebody do something you can do yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they give you a nice concoction of pills that makes you feel very
You're
good
gonna feel
before you
so
die.
so good right before this happens. It's gonna be so good.
All right. That was perfect segue.
Moving on.
We're gonna move on.
I am not fucking drunk.
Well, my teeth are blue.
Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball.
This is everything about it's a clam. I love it.
I gotta be honest with you, I feel like I'm a little bit too drunk to stand up. On Wiedersehen, asshole.
I'm drunk right now.
All right, y'all. Welcome to Drunkard of the Week, part of the show where we show somebody saying or doing something that can only be explained if they're drunk, but they're not. You can submit your own nominations each week through our Discord, which is free, or which is now free. It was not free 3 weeks ago, but now it is. You can join the Discord.
Get in the Discord and come hang out.
Come hang out in the Discord, Peaceful Seat Network. And you can also submit.
I want to say really quick, aren't they requiring you to put your ID on Discord now?
I don't know. I didn't
if you're over 16, they are, I think. So if you want to, because they were trying to, a lot of people are planning some terrorist attacks on Discord. So I feel like they need to.
I plan all my terrorist attacks on Signal, but that's just me.
I do. Yeah. Hey, it's slow mail. I write letters.
All right. Well, here's the drunkard of the week.
Okay, I think there's a penalty.
Are y'all hearing this noise?
Yeah, it sounds like
it's
in
like slow motion.
Why is it in slow motion?
Oh, I just thought because he looked Muslim, he talked like that.
Okay.
Did you turn the
Drunkard of the
speed
week
down
is
on
a
it?
failure. Drunkard of the week is a failure.
Did you turn the speed down on Instagram? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's on slow motion.
This isn't on Instagram. This is
What's it
a
on?
downloaded video.
It's weird. Is he going to blow up the game or?
All right. Well,
He's not. He's obviously Hispanic, not Muslim.
Oh shit! Sorry, I don't. Yeah.
All right.
He could be he could be from the Balkans.
Right.
So,
we don't know.
No, that's a Hispanic man.
Get him out of here. Get ice on the job.
Goodness gracious. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't remember where I got the video.
Drunkard of the week is Jake.
Drunkard of the week is a failure. It was this dumb boyfriend who let his girlfriend narrate.
No, it was Jake. It's Jake.
Okay, I guess. I mean, I guess it probably is me since I messed this one up big time. So,
damn.
Somehow I messed that up. So apologies, everybody. You don't get a drunkard
let's move
of the
that
week.
clown face.
But what did he do though? I'm interested.
He let his girlfriend narrate what was happening on the football game during the football game.
Jesus
and
Christ.
It was one of the funniest and dumbest explanations of what's going on the field that I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And he's just incredibly confused the whole time. So that was it. All right, we're moving on to our basically second to last topic. Kat, I know you've got a gripe. You wanted to say it on the Free Georgia podcast.
I did.
But you were talked out of it by an individual. What is your gripe?
All right. So basically, we have a candidate that's running for U.S. House.
Yep.
In District 14, Marjorie Taylor Greene's spot.
Yep.
And I was sent the forum for the candidates where he and all the other candidates were speaking.
Yep.
And
great clip out there, by the way.
You said what?
Great clip out there, by the way.
Thank you. So as I was editing that clip, I realized, or I thought to myself, is National helping him at all? Has anyone from National reached out to Andrew?
Yeah.
And so I asked him, and first I asked Brian. Brian said, I don't think so. Then I asked Andrew. He said, no, you can ask Sergio. And I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure if Andrew doesn't know if National has reached out to him, I don't think they've reached out.
Yeah.
So I got to thinking and I was like, okay, well, this is a national position. This is, the United States House of Representatives. And I was just wondering, and I talked about this to Brian, to Elizabeth, like anyone in the party that would listen to me. And eventually, like, Elizabeth was the one that told me not to talk about it on the podcast because she was like, this is for outreach. You know what I mean? We don't want to start problems, with within the party. But I want to start problems because I think this was the perfect opportunity for us because so I'm kind of all over the place. So, District 14, rural Georgia. People value their individual rights, their property rights.
Yep.
They don't, they don't like the surveillance. We even had an individual on our podcast to talk about the government overreach and the ballot stuff the election fraud and everything. So these people, they align with our values. And this would have been the perfect opportunity to construct a campaign. And this is not against Andrew like at all. Every politician needs people under them that bring them up, that help them, craft what they have to say, their campaign, their messaging, and everything like that. And right now, he has a college student helping him. No one from Nashville at all to help him at all. And I was thinking, and I don't know why it took me until watching that forum to realize this, but like as soon as Marjorie Taylor Greene stepped down, because she's a influential like politician, like people know her, and people all over the country are watching this election, and there's like 18 candidates or something, like a crazy amount of people are trying to get this seat. So for us for someone from national not to like come down or at least try to vet candidates and assist us with this election, I thought was ridiculous. And
you're preaching to the choir here.
100%.
Dude, I know, and that's the thing. I'm saying everything everybody wants to hear, but it's like,
why
aren't they hearing? Why do I've been in the party for what, like a year now?
A year. So that speaks to me. Like I remember when I first got to know Jake and Zach and everybody at the Libertarian Party before I moderated the debate in 2024, which was it was such a good time. But I remember we did a show because I watched all the debates, and one of the things I talked about with Jake, I think it was on Liberty Libations, it was like, look, I watched all these debates, and here's what I noticed. I noticed that specifically in this one, whenever this candidate was speaking, the camera was pointed at his crotch. Okay, I was watching his crotch talk the entire time. The audio, it was like I had to like bear down and say, I'm going to look at this guy's dick for 2 hours to understand his campaign points. And
I mean, that's what you're looking for, right?
Well,
that's what some people are looking for.
Some people, yeah. Some people in the party might be looking for that. But the whole point was like, libertarians are often like, oh, we don't need optics, screw optics. I'm like, well, optics are useful for a reason. Nobody thinks about all the problems in production with Democrats and Republicans because they're not as glaring as a cock shot for the entire debate that's happening. The reason it comes up in the libertarian is because that optics angle is not thought about to take away the things that could distract people. And we talked about let's make it look better. And see if we can like produce it in a way where there's not going to be weird camera angles and stuff that take away from people's points. And to what you're saying, Kat, is absolutely they should make it as easy as possible for someone running to get their message out without having to jump through loops and use their own money to produce an ad that can get any kind of attention. That's what you have to do to be serious, really.
Yeah.
And oftentimes it's just like nobody wants to read Rothbard, and you're not gonna be like, hey, you're not gonna do a campaign ad. It's like, let me read some Rothbard to you. It's not gonna work.
So yeah, dude, 100%. You're right about everything you just said. And Kat, I completely understand your frustrations. I joined the party in 2020.
But it's not just, and this is not just any race though. Like if it was some like random place in like Idaho or like like random butt fuck nowhere where like nobody knew this candidate, like whatever. But this is like something that people like people know Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yep.
She's very famous, very influential. Like so people are like wondering who's going to take her place. And so we could have had a moment because a lot of people got turned on to libertarianism because of Ron Paul, and he was talking to the people and making points that people believed in, and you were like, you know what, I want to be a libertarian because he's saying everything that I think. And
Yeah.
so this could have been that moment where we had a candidate that said everything that, you know, people, especially in that district, care about. And it could have been, and I'm not saying he, you know, national coming in would have guaranteed a win, but it would have guaranteed at least more of like a eyes and publicity.
Kat, you're completely correct. Look, I could not agree more with you. So back in 2022 during the governor's race, it was Stacey Abrams versus Brian Kemp, and
Beautiful woman.
And it was
She's your sister.
It was the race that people were watching that year. There was no other governor race. There was no other election that was happening that people were looking at more than that one, because Georgia was a swing state at that point. And so it was a massive opportunity for the Libertarian Party to actually do something and get some press. And people worked on Shane Hazel's campaign, actually doing media work and promoting his stuff.
Like within the state, or like from
you? It was Jake. It was all Jake. It was
me.
all Jake. Absolutely.
We got the only press that I didn't get out there, and that was gotten out there because of a debate, was from PBS. It was their debate where they host all of the candidates for every race, state race. And he got the most amount of press from that. But every single other bit of press that he got that year was because I took all the time out of my schedule to go follow Shane around and film everything that he did.
Yep.
And other than
he's
that,
a great candidate too. Like he was a great candidate.
He would have been a phenomenal candidate to step in for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like he's got, I mean, nothing against Andrew. Everything that Andrew said on our podcast the other day, and everything that he said in the
clip, the one he said when he said shooting yourself in the foot, we already have over like 2,000 views on that, and that's like on TikTok, and like 64 comments already. Like, so you know, he has things to say.
He's very eloquent. I will say.
I'll help him make an ad. Is he still like? If he's still running, this hasn't been decided. He's still running, correct?
No, 100%. Yeah. He's good to run, because this is a what's it called, special election. So like we don't have that issue about like ballot access and everything with him. So he's 100% running.
I'll help him make an ad. I have access to a large green screen. I have camera equipment and people who can help me do it. Jake is in Montana. Jake. I've learned so much from Jake about camera and cinematography. I would love to help him make an ad.
Heck yeah. He's some of the way he phrased things on our show the other day was incredibly well put. And he's very thoughtful with his words, which most people these days are not. And so I very much enjoy some of the things that he says. And not all libertarians are going to agree with me, because he takes some stances that are not my cup of tea. But in general, he's a good representative of what the Libertarian Party generally believes. And he is passionate and precise in what he says.
Is he armed and gay?
He's armed.
Unfortunately, no.
Nick, what do you got?
As I guess the only one here who's run for office, I ran. Yeah, and I ran statewide, right? So I do have a perspective on some of on a larger race, and I like the issue with what I had. Right, we had 4 statewide candidates if you don't count Chase Oliver, which I don't. We don't. If we're not counting the presidential ticket.
Hey, if he's watching, I've been trying to get him on the podcast, the Free Georgia podcast.
He's not watching.
He's not watching.
Yeah. So if we're looking at Pennsylvania candidates in 24, we had a Senate candidate, an attorney general, myself for treasurer, and a guy running for auditor general. And I mean, those lower races are hard. And also, I think what needs to be considered is it would be, viral media exposure is great for attention. To make a difference in the race there, you've got to be boots on the ground.
Yep.
And I've spent time reading up on stuff. Like I basically did a bunch of campaign training and stuff before that, and some stuff following that. And so like I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of like what it actually takes to build that infrastructure that I didn't have at the time. And because I didn't have it, I didn't bother to try to find a campaign manager, quote unquote. But like that's what you really need, is you need a campaign manager. And that's one thing that's lacking, is you need a campaign manager who understands all the parts that needs to go in and starts putting things in place. And it's got to be one person. Like when we were doing Shane's campaign, you know, Shane didn't want a campaign manager. It was like kind of me, you, Zach, and Jared kind of running the show on what we were doing there. And so
yeah, and Sergio's
it's
his campaign manager, and obviously like I think he's like capable and he knows a lot, and he's like he cares about like the party and everything, but he is only 23 years old. This is a national campaign and he's doing it by himself.
So yeah, and that's what the problem.
So he's
comes
the
in. Like,
administrator. He's doing all the stuff that other campaigns have like 18 people doing the jobs of.
Yes.
And in like even on there's a book I have. I thought I might have had it on the desk here. I don't. But it kind of breaks down, even on if you're talking like a regular local election, you've got to have you know, breaks down kind of like, hey, your team should consist of this. And now for a local election, that's a lot lower of a bar. But you're talking about people who have funding, like big funding to be paying people. You're talking about you know, getting enough brand recognition to have people boots on the ground knocking doors, or at the very least standing at polling places. Like I had a you know, I looked at the precinct by precinct breakdown of, at least in my county, how I did. And basically on election day in my county, I was at my local polling place most of the day talking to people, and I could see a significant jump just there on that. And then like my dad was at his polling place, and then, you know, that's real small. It's a pretty small polling place. And I mean, like, I think I pulled like 20% there.
Yeah.
Like it can be that big of a drastic thing, just having someone there who knows the candidate and can talk to people. So there's a lot of like resource issues. And one big thing about Georgia, and that hurts in a lot of ways, is not having partisan registration. Like that's kind of part of what I've been trying to do here, is figure out, you know, like my county here, because we have partisan registration, I probably have 1,200 people registered libertarian in my county.
Yeah.
And we have, you know, 4 or 5 of us who are active, right? It's people who are active. So it's finding the engagement, finding the resources. I mean, you can only push volunteers so much. And that's why call campaigns, text campaigns. If you're you know, National has voter gravity, there's a lot of great tools there that aren't being pushed.
Well, the thing that I'm complaining about is that National should have been the one contacting us, because this, like, I believe that this was an opportunity for them, like, because I know, like, you know, there are elections that, you know, libertarians run for, and it's not like as important, like nationally, that they win, or even, you know, this one, literally, we have eyes on it. And that's why I thought maybe they would care a lot about it, because they could get more people to listen to them with this campaign. Because
the issue is right now the National Party is focused on just playing politics at the top
themselves.
level.
From my experiences as an outsider, who I've always considered myself, if I don't identify as any party.
But get over that. Like, get over that. Like, literally, like, I like someone needs to go in there and be like, hey, like, okay, whether or not we believe we should be masking or not, like, who gives a fuck? You know?
But
you
the
have
people
a
in
vaccine, you
charge
don't have a
don't care.
vaccine.
Like they just
But the chair, he released a parody project that's supposed to, you know, get more people engaged. And this would be an opportunity to get more people engaged. Like, if you're gonna put an email out there talking about how you want people to be more engaged with the party, and then right now you're caring about internal stuff, that kind of goes against the thing that you're.
I agree with you. I share your frustration.
I'm sorry, I've had 4 of these.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm screaming. So I hear
you're
myself.
not wrong on any of that.
So
It's the people in power. They're pursuing more followers on X. They're
well,
edgelords.
Binkley, it's not just that. It's the politics within the National Party. The
No.
executive committee of the National Party is huge, and they don't get along. So look, the Libertarian Party in general, especially national, has a massive problem. There's no good organization involved in it, and it's extremely frustrating. I mean, Binkley and Nick have both been to national conventions before, and this is going to
Hey,
sound
are we taking that party bus? That's what I'm excited for.
Party bus.
Party bus is freaking national.
So the statement I'm about to make is pretty antithetical, but the Libertarian Party should not be a democracy. And right now, it is only a democracy, and it's an.
What, you want it to be like authoritarian?
I want it to be a single dictator
determining
what goes on in the party.
Oh my gosh, that goes against.
Yeah, they're so co-optable because the values are everywhere.
About half the libertarians are actual anarchists, and none of us believe. I don't believe in democracy at all. So, like, I don't think that democracy is efficient. I don't think running the party in a democratic fashion will ever get us to the point where we're neck and neck with the Republicans. And
It's an organization. Libertarianism, and here's a mistake that I catch a lot, and I've had this argument and fight with people up here when they say, this doesn't seem like a libertarian way to run things. It comes down to, this is an organization, right? I think the argument was made like, well, if we did that, that would make this kind of run like a business. And that seems not libertarian, not in a libertarian way, because it's like,
business is libertarian, right?
This is a, like, if you try to run the party like the government, right? Like, the fact is, the government should be doing as little as possible.
This should be a startup, not a nonprofit. Like, we were running it like a nonprofit.
Yeah, the government should be doing as little as possible, and you want an organization that is effective.
Like
you're not going to run an organization that you want to be effective like an organization you want to be as little as possible. You can't try to turn the party into an experiment.
Yes.
Of look how we can govern this organization. That's how we'll govern it, because you end up here where it's like, yeah. So this is a whole thing.
All of this is correct, but the problem is the people that get the most influence within the party, from what I've seen over the past few years, are people who are just pretending, and they're people who are they see it as an opportunity to grow their online influencer persona, and the concern about the details and the policies that you guys are talking about and engage with, they don't give a shit about, and so that's why it's difficult to get them to care. So if you want to get them to care about a local election, then it's got to be presented to them as, how is this going to make your X following 5X bigger by helping this person in this local election? Because those are the things.
But why would I have to spell that out to them? Because, like, obviously, like,
Zach is right.
When it happened, like, I didn't like think about it. It just took me like a week ago that it just popped into my head. But these people should be like, there should be like a committee for strategy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that should have been obvious to them. MJ,
no, there should be a strategy czar who tells people what to do, and everybody does it. No
committee for vetting people. Also,
fuck your committees. Well, you know what Brian told me today? He said we got to bring back the tar and feather committee. I
agree with that 100%. Like, I mean, Jake, I joke about how I don't try. I'm very skeptical of a lot of things, but I also love people. But I am very skeptical. Like, I would, any person who is presented with a leadership position, I would fucking pick them apart and find out every ulterior motive that they might have, because that's the problem with the libertarians, is they're vulnerable to being captured by personalities who are kind of sociopathic and will pursue their own agendas because of the division within and people's desire to want to have a leader that speaks to things that they believe, but maybe they don't realize that these people don't actually mean it.
Yeah, dude, libertarians we're so vulnerable to exactly what you just said. And it's because the amount of like mental diversity, I guess, neurodivergency, and just libertarians, none of us want to be ruled. Like, no one wants these leaders. And so
how do you organize those who don't want to be ruled?
Everybody has their own ideas, which makes it impossible to function as a democratic body. The Libertarian Party cannot, I don't see a path where it can succeed in a lot of different ways, but it cannot become as powerful as the Republicans and Democrats if they don't restructure the organization itself, because it is just the fact that any random idiot at convention can go up on a mic and just waste everyone's time is a joke.
I hope I can be one of those idiots. I'm hoping.
Dilatory.
Jake,
Yeah,
I'd vote for you in a second for a position. You have integrity, Zach.
It would be a nightmare,
You
but I would
guys
do it.
are great, and you guys are the people who should be in these positions. But because you're libertarians, you don't want to be in these positions, and so
I don't
that's
want to
kind
have
of
to
the.
fly places. That's so dumb. Like,
Dude, I'll do it.
Oh,
I'll do it. If I will berate everybody into anointing me chair, and as long as chair means dictator. Like I don't. No more XCOM.
I'd
No
let
more
you
any
do
of
it.
this
I'd be
crap.
all right. Dictator
Oh,
Jake is fine
believe
with
me, I've one going into the last convention, we did put through a proposal to fucking cut that national committee down to like 8 people. Like it
Yeah.
was going to be glorious.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that didn't get. Maybe it was like 12. But like
We tried to do
really,
that in Georgia, and
Yeah.
nitwits in Georgia.
Hey, but there's an
wanted to keep
opening.
it at 34 people on the XCOM.
Wait, Jake, are you allowed
did
to
wa-
be an XCOM, Jake? Because
What?
we have an opening. Are you allowed to be an XCOM
I'm
in
still a
Georgia?
member of LP Georgia, so maybe.
Yeah,
No,
you
you're
should
not,
try to
'cause
join.
you don't
We have an
reside in
opening.
Georgia. And I wrote the rule that
Well-
says you can't.
I can't be on XCOM if I don't reside.
Yeah, I wrote the rule that bittered the out of state membership because I was sick of
Okay,
dealing
well,
with like that shit.
next convention, we'll reverse that.
I wouldn't, but because it's
You
let's not
wouldn't,
get
I
into that.
would.
Let's not get into that. But
there's some
We'll
major
insurrect that shit,
vulnerabilities
dude.
with that.
Yeah, we'll insurrect it.
yeah. So here's what I'm trying to think where I was going on this. Yeah, so there's some certain extent, and I guess I'll make the announcement here first, but I am going to run for vice chair here in Pennsylvania this year.
Nice.
And
yeah.
So what I've done is, and by like, in order to function as an organization, we have to have a path forward. And this past year, I at least pushed through like, hey, here's goals across the organization we need to meet. And then I did a breakdown last month on it, and I need to sit down and put out some for the meeting this Saturday, which is, I hate these meetings, but I'm going to sit down tomorrow and write out, what we didn't accomplish. I'm going to carry over and then look at what I forced through as 5 and 10 year plans and start build and put the 1 years back in and say, all right, here's goals for next year, and force that conversation on Saturday at the meeting. And then, I'm hoping as vice chair, then that it's actually the organization is structured in a way right now where vice chair kind of has more internal power over the committees and whatnot, where this stuff would get done. So I'd be able to try to implement this stuff from there. So that's my whole thing right now is focusing operationally on that by doing what I'm doing now on my own as just a member of the board to do that. And if you want to talk about bad board structure,
Let's
we
not
tried
talk
to
about bad board structure.
well, it's even worse here because every county that's affiliated here has a representative. And there were some people who who are adamant that, well, some counties are bigger than others, so they should have more representatives than others. And then some are well, every committee should have a seat on the board too.
Well, let's just make an electoral map of Pennsylvania.
There was a point under the old bylaws before we went through 3 years of scrapping and rewriting them, which is a whole nother story, where the board could have been 70 people.
Oh my gosh.
70 something people, because it was the 4 officers. It was every committee. It was if you had every county affiliated individually and the immediate past chair all had votes on it. And we went through and said, no, what we tried to do is we tried to cut it down because a lot of people are super adamant about, no, my county is my representation on this board and I need that. So like we tried to create a separate structure where like, okay, counties go over there and they're like a check. And then we're just going to cut it down to like 8 people here. And
I like 8.
un-
8
yes,
is much more
that's
manageable.
yes,
Let's do that.
but
Send me your stuff,
but-
Nick. I'll promote it on my show. I'll promote. You can come. I'll get you as a guest on. You can talk about your.
I need to.
campaign.
Yeah, let's talk on that and see what I can do. I mean, I know who's running already. Like, it's not going to be it shouldn't like.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
we'll see
Right,
what's
bunch
going
of
on with
faggots.
this, but regardless, it's
Let's
you know,
move
from
on.
an operational standpoint, that's that.
Let's
But
move
even though I'm
on.
trying to do that, even though I'm trying to do that locally,
Yeah.
the way national is, I will not fucking touch that. I do not want to be on the national committee.
Dude.
I
Whatsoever.
hope they hear this and I hope they're ashamed.
Well,
I agree. They won't be because
you
they're
can make the clips
psychopaths.
for this episode if you want to, because I'm going to make
Okay.
some clips.
Let me give you
I'm
another
not.
clip.
I'm not gonna clip it. I mean, I'll try. Maybe. I don't like
Yeah.
watching myself, so I probably won't clip it. Maybe you can do it for me.
Okay, deal.
But I think they should be ashamed of
clip,
themselves.
Please clip this final piece of advice I would give to the LP party, and that is fight against the cult of personality, who every presidential election sees the Libertarian Party as like an opportunity to grow their online persona and influence and maybe get on Pierce Morgan, right before they then tell the LP party, who's organized around what they believe to be a presidential run, oh shit, I actually can't run anymore. I'm sorry. My kid's sick, and in order to make sure my kid's okay, I need to go on a national stand-up and public relations tour. Sorry I messed you guys up. Sorry. Don't fall for the cult of personality. I know that probably pisses people off because they like who they know I'm talking about.
I might have tickets to see his show in 2
right.
weeks.
People told me he was running. I laughed. I said, he'll never run. Okay, he'll never run. It doesn't mean he doesn't speak the talking points well. He does. But also,
he does.
People who invested in that, and a lot of people did, because I've talked to a lot of them who were upset about it. I know atrocity propaganda exists. This person doesn't have any right. I have no right to any information about the alleged reason that he did not run. But the people who invested their time, effort, and money into it, yeah, prove your kid was sick to me. You went on a national stand-up and public relations tour. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there were a lot of people that were upset, and it definitely derailed a train that was picking up steam. So that was an unfortunate thing that happened. But we're gonna move on, y'all, because I got stuff to do. I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up at 3 a.m. So
holy shit.
Well, that's like 7 a.m. normal time.
Yeah,
shut your mouth.
Grow up. Grow up.
Gosh. All right, before we hit our last topic, y'all head on over to peacefulseed.network. We're about to launch an app. We're going to launch an app that is also a web app. So it'll be desktop, mobile, whatever. You'll be able to join the Dollar Media Club. There is Edmund just lounging away, tired, knocked out. Look at that guy. What a beautiful pup. He's so content.
I don't know if you can see her. She's hanging out right there.
Oh yeah. Very similar situation. So head on over to peacefulseed.network and check out our other shows. Cascade Effect is picking up steam. We're getting, if you were around at the beginning of the show, I'm getting called in by the Great Falls Police Department to be a witness in a case that I'm ultimately probably going to decline to be a witness, and they're going to try.
I saw your message where you said people, hey, like, don't attack the sheriff. You know what I mean? We don't condone that. I saw that shit. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Well, people are.
What are people doing? Like,
I guess sending him death threats, but he apparently cried on the stand at a parole hearing recently.
you think he's faking it? He's probably faking it, isn't he?
He's killed at least one person in cold blood. So no, screw that guy.
Oh my
Whose
gosh.
acting coach was?
His acting coach was probably the
send him to
district attorney.
freaking
He's
Erica
even better.
Kirk. I swear. Don't even get me started on that chick.
God. We agree on so much. We would argue about Erica Kirk and Candace all night long.
Can I be on your podcast? I swear. Because I
100%. Yeah, it'd be fun.
I will tune in for that for sure. All right, y'all. Head on over to the network. Check it out. Join the Dollar Media Club. It's growing. Join the Discord. It's free and it's delightful to get in there and chat with a bunch of us. All right. We're going to watch some funny videos before we get out of here. And one of them does have to do with jiu-jitsu, and it's actually the very first one. So, Kat, please enjoy. When someone breaks into your house and you finally get to use your jiu-jitsu.
This magic moment, so different.
All right.
It's funny.
You could just be normal and keep a 300 blackout rifle by the bed.
go. This next one is definitely AI, but it cracks me up anyway, and I don't really care.
Hey, can I get your number?
No.
No.
Yeah. All right. This next one is not AI, so enjoy. Headgum. I hate how Instagram this side pops out like that now. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
What did you just say?
Plants are actually forming us by giving us oxygen and water.
Absolutely.
So we die and then they just eat our bodies. I don't need
So
answers.
I don't disagree with
So
that at all.
I work part-time at LA Fitness at the kids club, and there was a kid that literally says like everything's AI. Like she doesn't believe anything is real. Like truly.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like,
It's probably going to be
they're-
a mental disorder in these
Yeah.
younger generations.
Retarded kid. You have to tell people at LA Fitness to stop getting on the machines backwards all the time.
I'm just in I'm worried about the kids. I don't care about what people are doing.
That's fair. All right, this is a representation of germs when you drop food on the floor.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Here we go. 1, 2, oh shit! No! 3, oh my God! What is this rule, bro? Why do we do this? We look like idiots. And then enjoy that fucking yeah, I'm on your toothbrush.
Yep, that's how it works.
That's
true. That's proven.
All right, final one of the night. This will hit home with all the libertarians and conspiracy theorists. So enjoy.
The book I read is called 1984. It's about a guy who thinks the government is lying to him. Spoiler, he's right. There are cameras everywhere.
There's Jeffrey Epstein right there. We found the first video.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Jake, I shared a video in the private chat. I don't know if you have time to play it, but it's Trump earlier. He complimenting and then kind of negging a very good looking guy.
Let's
no
play it.
homoing a guy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let me get it up here. All right, here you go.
All right, here he is.
Always nice to be young and handsome.
Sorry.
Doesn't mean we have to like you. I don't like young, handsome men. Women, it's I like. Men know how to have any interest.
Goodness gracious.
That's perfect. That's just so perfect. He's like, he's a good looking guy, but yeah, I don't like dicks. Okay, I like breast.
This man, it's wild.
He can't even help himself. It's perfect.
All right, y'all. Binkley, what show do? You do multiple shows. Listen.
Propaganda Report is my main show, and Propaganda Fight's my website, youtube.com/Brad Binkley, rumble.com/The Prop Report. You can find the Propaganda Report podcast on any podcast listing app of your choice. And at Freedom Act Radio on X is where there's a link in my bio. No feet pics, but you can find all my shows in that link. And I do a subscriber-only show with Sam Tripoli and Austin Picard on Patreon, patreon.com/Propaganda Report and propreport.locals.com. I believe that covers it.
Heck yeah. You can find his Rumble channel down in the description of the
Thanks
episode.
for having me on.
Heck yeah, man. You're always welcome. Kat, what's your show?
Free Georgia podcast.
There we go.
Hosted with you.
Hosted with me. Soon it'll be a solo show for you, and you will be interviewing all your guests on your own. Since you still live in Georgia and I live in Montana, I don't have any idea what's happening in Georgia at any given moment.
Who knows? Fannie Willis, we're getting around. Let me say this before we go. You guys are the people who should be leading the Libertarian Party, not these clowns who are grifters. You guys, having gotten to meet y'all personally and meeting them also, you guys should be leading the party.
Thanks, man. I definitely think it should be other people than what are currently running it and who have run it over the past 30, 50, 70 years. I think Libertarian Party could be an actual force for change, and I think it is failing repeatedly by trying to be like the system it is trying to change, and it pisses me off.
They got to be like Restore Britain.
Yeah, which
did you see that video?
I saw the video.
Millions of views.
Yeah, no, we can talk about that a different week, but
Can't stand the British.
That's fair. That's a perfect way to end the show. Can't stand the British. Let's not be like them. All right. Kat, Brad, Nick, thank y'all so much for coming on the show. And y'all stick around after the credits, and we will chat for just a minute before I have to leave. So thank y'all for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week on Liberty Libations. Peace.